already said, so they'll join in whenever they get back.
We're still waiting on Neil as well, though.
Oh, Neil's not going to be here.
Is it not?
Yeah, it's
the first time hearing it.
his
Oh yeah, believe they said so.
birthday.
Oh yes, they did say.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We'll give the big public happy birthday when we're live. Go live. Let's go.
Oh, we're live.
Live on
Hello,
my-
I've already pressed the button.
Oh,
Wolfie, you live?
Not yet, no.
Until Wolfie.
damn it, Wolfie. You know,
I'm
one of these
ill. I'm
days,
allowed to
we're
be
gonna-
slow on this.
One of
You're
these days,
slow at it when you.
synchronize. You know.
Well,
One of
the intro, like starting soon screen, doesn't need to be synchronized. It's when we're actually playing.
Yeah.
I'm making soup. That's what
Nice.
I'm
What
doing.
kind of soup?
Look,
It's mushroom and spinach.
soup, tasty soup.
I would despise that. But
Spicy garlic and coriander.
coriander's good.
Ooh, chili chowder.
Cool down.
Hold on.
Miso. Oriental
Miso's-
Prince in the land of soup.
Miso soup is delicious.
Yeah, no, it's very low in carbs, very high in protein. Mushroom and spinach. It's for 100 grams. There's only about 7 grams of carbs in that soup, which is onions. About 12 grams of carbs.
I said
per
it's a
100.
bit more if you've got.
I mean,
Crazy
I'm
much,
I'm not a fan of mushrooms.
Crazy
So.
amount.
I like the taste of mushrooms. I hate the texture of
Yep.
mushrooms.
Well, you aren't fun
Yep.
guys, are you?
I never claimed to be.
Boo.
I also despise spinach.
Are you saying boo or booerns?
Boo.
I don't know, but there is a
I'm
mushroom
saying
in this.
boo
That's
worms.
chimney puns.
Okay, I am
Bunch of
live and I
nerds you
for some
are.
reason taste blood, so that's a good sign.
What?
Is that the puns? Or...
Do you suck cockers?
Oh, what an opener, though. Welcome to my stream. I taste blood.
No, I've had a real bad cough. Like, I'm over the throat infection, but the cough's still here, and I've been violently coughing, like, for the past week. So my
Yeah,
throat is just torn to shit.
Yeah, you're gonna need to get that looked at. I'm not a doctor. In fact, I'm a professor. So don't
You were a professor.
No, you're not.
You're not. I'm
Yeah.
a professor, thank you.
I think you'll find in real life only one of us is a professor.
My mum says it's probably fine, and she works in the hospital, so it's good.
What
Yeah,
is-
but does
oh,
anyone
no,
like
hold
you
on.
is the question.
Also, what does she do in the hospital?
I need
Is she
to
a
quickly
clerical
research.
assistant
She's
or an
a
actual nurse?
biomedical scientist. She's the person
Yeah.
that tells the doctors how to fix people.
Yeah, but does she like you? Like, nah, he's
That's
fine.
why I went,
But-
that's up for debate.
Speaking as
I can
someone
get
who
my
trained in
room.
biomedicine, speaking as someone who trained in biomedicine, they don't tell the doctors how to treat you. They say, "This is what's wrong. You know what to do." Right? That's what you trained for.
You say that.
That's
I've heard
that's why
many stories.
That's why I went to uni for 4 years, and you went for like 9, 10. How long did you go to uni for, doctor? 12 years. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
And none of that until they learn bedside manner.
Anyway, we're here.
Mhm.
We're queer, some of us. It's great. It's D&D. It's Friday night. It's D&D night.
It's
Who's
Friday.
Jazz? Who's Jazz?
I would be Jazz, but I'm on a lot of painkillers.
Well, that's a kind of jazz. Anyone else who's jazz, but in a different kind of way?
Not really.
If I had an instrument, I would strum it right now.
Yay!
But they're all next door.
But see, what's the point feeling right now? You feeling jazz? You feeling classic rock? What do you think?
I don't know.
Indie. I went to see Rock of Ages last night.
I think it's feeling ska.
Fair enough. Also, just wanted to say, Gwent and Zormid, don't forget you guys can change up your spells if you haven't already.
I have to things that I thought would be useful.
Cool.
Awesome.
So I do not have the car
Fair
Oh.
enough.
because it is
Yeah,
not
no,
used.
that's no, it's not. It would be good for
Not
me.
right to this moment. As much
No.
as it's fun as it would be to just have the car for a purpose, not the purpose that we're going to need in this building.
Fly up in the
Just
sky,
literally
summon car.
banging it down through the ceiling.
And
It
still
takes
die.
10 minutes as well, so as you lot die, I'll just be in the corner. I want a car.
You're just in the corner building the car to drive
Yeah.
away.
We've lost Bob.
Yeah, Bob said they were restarting.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah,
Well,
so I
we
don't know if...
often lose
yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're
I
the one
don't.
doing the recording.
I
this
don't know
week,
if.
aren't you, Ben?
Yeah. I'm streaming on my end, so it's fine.
Well, Bob can do their introduction when they get back. It's 5 past. Let's get started. Bob will join you when they get here.
Okay.
Hi, gang.
Howdy.
Howdy doody.
Good day.
Let's change scenes then.
Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Alterra, the Shattered Old Sphere. I believe we're on episode 25 now, Assault on the Golden Palace, part 1, hopefully.
1 sec. I booked to episode 24.
I forgot to increment that count.
Either way, we're in the mid-20s. We all lose track, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Episode
look.
mid-20, Assault on the Golden Palace
It's a sheep beard.
/ Death of the King.
No, you're not gonna kill him yet. We're gonna die
We'll
on
see.
it. We're gonna die getting there.
Well, hopefully you don't kill him next week, because the last major boss battle that happened was the giant planetar, the solar, the rogue solar, and I was
Oh, that
absent for
wasn't the
that
last
one as
boss
well.
fight. That wasn't the last boss fight. You were here for
That was the last one.
It was New Year.
No, that was the last one that was a campaign.
Yeah, it was like a mini campaign. It was mostly just a series of like little adventures.
Mm.
It wasn't really a campaign. There wasn't like a major overarching story.
I mean, not
The
until
major
this.
overarching story was we got
Was
real
stopping the
irritated at this
solar.
blob that we
Yeah.
failed to kill.
I mean, once we like released the blob and failed to kill it, and it
Release the
tried
blob?
to become a god.
Release the blob.
Yeah.
That's a t-shirt right there.
Release the blob.
All right, so for
almost
those
certainly
joining
right.
us, Lugrim and Assassin are not going to be with us today. Assassin may join us later on. Lugrim is celebrating their recovery from the cult, or I guess rejoining the cult of life, depending on how you look at it.
They're lamenting their loss of the other cult because they have to send back their t-shirt.
Congratulations, Mazel.
Yep. So with that, let's do a very quick round check, because I got to start making these shorter as we actually get into the campaign, because let's face it, we're 25 episodes in. If you're watching now, you either know who the POs are, or you can go back to one of the other episodes, or, I don't know, come ask us in the chat. It'll be fun. We'll answer
Yeah.
questions. I can't guarantee you'll get a sincere answer or a serious answer. You'll get a answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will
And
definitely get an answer.
Just
Thanks.
names, characters, pronouns. One thing they're excited for this week. I think.
Sounds good to me. Wolfie, go.
Howdy, I'm Wolfie. I'm playing Albina Eleanor, the psychopathic barbarian who is a little bit grumpy and can, I think, still currently fly, and I've got a really bad cough and a migraine, so...
And that's what they're excited for this week. Fuck you.
Great.
Hi, I'm fuck you, an annoying little goblin shit.
Beautiful. Sincere Sync, Gwent.
Hey, I'm TR Big Gwent, and I'm happy not to die this week.
Well, we'll see how that one's the point,
Good, Jimmy.
aka the Holy One.
Hello, I am the point, he, they pronouns, and I'm excited to get in and get out and run away.
That's what you
Beautiful.
said.
Zormir, if you are back on vocals, we're doing quick intro, 5 seconds, no more.
There you go. I'm Bob. Hi.
Perfect, beautiful, I love it.
There's my character name already.
And Sid.
I'm James. I'm they them, and Sid is gender fluid and has many forms, so they are multiple, and they are excited for annoying.
That's more than 5 seconds,
and also
James.
Killing.
That's more than 5 seconds. James, it's more than 5 seconds!
So bad at adhering to your own rules.
I stopped earlier.
Honestly. And I am Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for this chaotic adventure through a world and with players who just want to murder everything. Welcome to the Murder Hobo campaign.
Yeah! We're not murder hobos, we've saved at least 3 people.
Yeah, we're quite.
I'm
posh
more than
as well.
fucking 3.
We're
We're more like
Well,
murder.
we're manslaughter
we do
hobos.
have a small crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't
Murder
saved
middle
them
classes.
yet. We've just
And,
gotten them out of prison.
I'll give Point a minute or two to explain what they're going to do with their thing they asked me about. But first, I'm just going to time skip a little bit of saying you dug the hole or you found a cave or you did whatever because
Fuck.
Yep.
there's alleys
3 people in a
everywhere.
hole.
And let's face it, nobody wants to watch this part. So we're just going to time skip having you found a nice safe location where you can temporarily hide out the rebellion. You've equipped the more feisty members of the rebellion with quality weapons, or at least better weapons than what they were currently wielding, while they rest and try to recover the shit long rest they got last night when rats ate everything.
And almost a party member.
How do you define the feistier members of the rebellion? Name them, Chris. What are their pronouns? What are their
Is it-
Well,
favorite
you've yet to ask
No.
about the dwarf character, but there's definitely the dwarf character who looks
I like
familiar
her.
to another family of dwarfs that you've seen, who you
Hmm.
suspect may or may not be related to that family, but
It's
who
their mum.
knows?
It's their mum. I'm
Okay.
doing it.
Okay, I've used Move Earth to dig a hole. There are mod cons in there of like beds and chairs and stuff, but they are all made out of dirt.
Cool.
And you know what? Your what's your intelligent modifier? The point. How intelligent is the point?
+3.
+3. Oh, you've carved out a functioning doorway and like a rolly stone door that can like close off the entrance, but also unopen it with like a very nice, beautiful stone pulley system. Oh, it's such craftsmanship. You know, some of us might actually think that maybe you do have dwarven stone experience, but
Your forebears would be
Oh.
proud.
Yeah.
Yes, four
I only
bears.
have 3 bears. God damn it. Anyway, after doing that, I take the female dwarf aside. I ask her name, and I give her, with her permission, tattoos for Cure Wound and Thunderwave.
Nice.
Fuck, what did I actually call her?
How-
What was her
how-
first name?
How do you
She
do
never
that?
told us. She
Well,
got
no, you
irritated
don't
at
say
the point
you
and buggered
guys. I'm trying to question where the hell I put it in my own notes.
Yeah.
I know
Pretty sure I
that
gave
feeling.
her a name, but she didn't get round to telling you.
It
Yeah.
took me a solid 5 minutes to find a NPC stat block and Geddon last week. So
Yeah.
it
So
was like
One
mid
off the
become. I
bingo
was like, I
card?
fucking
I,
need.
I ask her name, so I know it is her later. Don't need to know it right now. I
Oh,
give her
I
those
love
2
when you play
tattoos and an alchemy jug to feed and water all of the slaves.
Pints of mayonnaise, everybody. That's what you're
Yeah.
getting for rations.
You've got mayonnaise, wine, and
God.
ale. Have a great time.
Beautiful.
How
I
long
can't
does
remember
it
her
take
first
you to
name,
put a
but
tattoo
she
on?
does tell you that her last name is Bruce Shoulder. You do have
Yeah.
confirmation that
Good.
she is she's not actually the mother. She is the auntie who who disappeared a while ago,
Oh, okay.
like a couple decades ago,
Okay.
and she
She's
has
the
been
auntie who went
enslaved in the
abroad
mind
to
ever since.
Benidorm.
Fair enough.
She went abroad to Benidorm and then a misadventure of her own.
So what you're saying is she's single. No.
Hey,
Point
dude,
is
get
not-
in line.
Okay, do that. They're all sorted. They're fine. I can only do 2 tattoos. Just keep it. I'm making sure the slaves are okay.
Oh,
that-
damn it. Okay.
If you're not in vacations,
But I can in future, just not right now.
infusion. Is that an infusion thing you can do?
Yeah, it's an infusion. I'm using 2 infusions to give 2 tattoos.
That's crazy cool.
Mhm.
Just
It's
one
only-
thing to have.
Feather fall.
Yeah, it's only level 1. It's only spells I know. But apart from that, yeah.
Still good.
Still, that's real good.
Cure wounds on a tattoo is pretty nice, just generally.
Yeah.
All right, so as you do so, and before we get into the next stage, which I believe is sending for the twins, you'll notice I've updated the intro pause screen. What the hell did I even call this thing? That's called the loading screen. I've updated the loading screen because you guys have somehow taken so goddamn long with this side quest. And you know what? I do love the content we've done so far. It's been fantastic. But I hear your complaints, and I've adjusted the goalpost to compensate. I was going to use this to just level up the characters who hadn't already leveled up, but I'll level you guys up at a later date for something extra. This is now just a party goal. So
Yeah.
if the party retrieves the Void Arcanite, which was the main objective for doing this, you will get your goddamn level up.
Yay.
Yay.
Sorry, what level is everyone? And
Nine.
should I still be level 8?
Yes, 8 for now. You were supposed to get leveled up alone at this, but that way I honestly don't think you guys will get the hardcore in the next 25 episodes at the rate you're going. So
I think we're gonna it'll land around tier 3. I'm sure. Anyway, so
yeah, so
we'll see.
so this is for Ali Crow and James. You guys will go up to level 9 after retrieving the Void Arcanite. Everyone else will go up for 10, and then I will catch you up to level 10 with a different side quest that actually only takes a couple sessions and not like 13.
Maybe personal side quests can gain a level.
Maybe. I was contemplating. We'll see how these couple sessions go and how
Yeah.
quickly you get through the actual map.
I feel like the
there
player
you
definitely should have gained a level for his doing his sort of arc thing.
Quite possibly. But there's
Yeah.
additional stuff to go there. So, like I said, I will find an excuse to level you guys up so you're all equal level at a future date. You also have the optional side quest. I've only put 2 of them. There's technically more. Defeat the Oni King, which is technically an optional thing. You're just doing it to make friends with Izami and Akuma, but you will advance in their personal storyline to potentially unlocking them as allies if you do complete part 1.
And they survive.
And they survive. Yes, that was the one that I didn't include. Step 3, rescue the salvage vanguard, who at some point Abigail will whenever this comes up back up in conversation, will point out if they did survive, they probably got taken to the palace.
That's convenient as hell.
Because
That's where we're going.
that's what happens if they did survive, they would have been imprisoned. Now, granted, she also concedes the fact that they might also still be in like the mine somewhere and just straight out enslaved. We'll see.
There's a big hole in the mines. They won't keep people down there.
Not in the lower levels, but they might be in the higher levels while they like try to reconsolidate their slaves. It kind of depends on how the vanguard spin their involvement and if they think they're a threat or if they think they're just new slaves for the masses.
Sweet new slaves.
They're medium level rebellion fighters. I think they'll probably be enslaved and tortured in the palace by people, or eaten after the fact.
To the kitchen either way.
Either way.
You also have the Alvina has the side option of potentially receiving some form of celestial artifact that was mentioned by the Dryad.
Yep. I also have a real hope that I find it, roll so low on my intelligence that I don't know it's the item they're looking for and just keep it.
That's fair. And I'm sure there's a couple other minor things and plenty of looting you can be doing. But with that, let's actually get into it. I believe you're going to the sending. Fukyu, have you decided on your wording?
No.
Oh god, man.
Where the fuck are you?
Good god.
That's fair. I will interpret and thingy it down. So go ahead and quickly discuss if you must. You guys got 5 to 10 minutes max for this.
Okay.
More or less, it's just
I'm
ask.
going to spend half an hour forming a message.
You just ask where they are and if they know any quick way either into the palace or to them where they can meet us in the palace. That's basically the gist, isn't it?
Not too bothered about 25 words. I also just need your intent and the theme of your message.
That's
the most direct route, I think, to them or into the palace to meet them.
Yeah, care more about your
character
choice rather than the exact mechanics.
What do we think?
Yeah, that isn't going to get us immediately killed.
Yeah.
Huh, that's ultimately what the fuck you.
Outside on side with
Give this goblin way too much power.
The drainage is the non-suicide route. Like, it's not easy, but it's not suicidal.
We could always, knock on the front door. That's the last thing they'll expect.
They wouldn't expect it. The one only janitor would certainly not expect it.
Can you imagine an Oni janitor answering the door and going, "Hello? Hi. Can you point us in the direction of the Oni King? We have an appointment. Up that corridor there."
Okay, so...
Wait, hold on a second. We don't accept doorstep callers.
Does any of the actual guys look like any of them could handle a gun? Or
Zippy.
To find look like they could handle it.
If I gave them my robe,
might still have the muscle mass to hold it.
If I gave them a repeating gun, they wouldn't shoot themselves in the foot.
Fix that gun yet?
There might be one or two. You've got decent insight, right?
Don't forget the repeating gun is
broken.
Not broken, but it is attuned to you.
Oh, didn't he? I thought he broke it with the misfire.
I can fix it during that long rest.
Mm-hmm. But it is attuned to you, so if someone else uses it, they would need ammo.
Oh yeah, your artificer is why you don't need ammo. Yeah. That's a good point.
I wasn't sure if it actually just...
No.
Does it not stay on it for a duration, or...
As soon as it leaves your radius, I think it's like 100 foot or so.
It's a pretty big radius, but it is still a radius.
I think mechanically, the game doesn't allow you to pass over ammo for that reason for balancing.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep the spirit of that, I'm going to go no.
He thought about it and then thought against it.
I mean, they could use your antimatter baton thing.
Gauntlet.
Because it just uses energy beams.
So,
But then they'd need the energy packs.
You were going to give the gun to Auntie
Oh yeah,
Bruce
same
Shoulder,
problem. That still has
and then
ammo.
realised I'd already given her 2 tattoos, so
Mhm.
that I don't
Right,
trust anyone
so-
else to be confident.
But yeah, I think the answer is no, so we'll move on there. What was the general wording and theme of the message?
So, general wording is, we're outside Golden Palace. Where are you? How do we get in?
Mine's very dangerous or something.
Meet inside or
Water pipe
meet in palace or
outside,
meet in
or
meet where you are.
go in top. We can fly.
3 more.
But 3 more.
Have a
Professor
nice
is
day.
dead.
Yeah, Professor is dead.
Professor,
Oh.
250 dubs.
I don't think Assassin would care. Or
Prof-
fuck, he would
Professor-
care if they the professor.
Professor
know he might.
exploded. Oops.
No, fuck you barely interacted with them, so he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
All right, that's good enough for me. And you were doing Izami, the more less
the
openly racist of the two.
Yeah, the one
I
that
mean-
is more reasonable.
Fuck you can't tell him apart. He just chose one.
Wow. Fuck you, just
Roll
as
a
racist.
D2 then.
I told them apart.
They're
To be
twins.
fair,
Well,
to be
no,
fair,
no,
I've
no.
been,
Roll me a d20. Below 10, you go with the grumpy one. Above 10, you go with the more reasonable one.
Wow, everyone who's not a medium creature in this game is racist. Wow.
They're twins.
They're also
Yeah.
look completely different though.
Sexist then.
He's
Well.
got one. He was looting when we met them.
Yay! Random
Hooray.
rolled his army anyway. Also, yeah, fuck you was like looting when we met
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That's where you found the order of it.
Actually, very fair.
That's why I was kind of. Did he even meet them? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he met them briefly.
Very briefly. Where's my voice dive? Giants.
But yeah, that when fuck you was looting, that's where he found the orb of Ibex.
The nuke orb.
Image.
Bad orb.
Nuke ball.
Anyway, well, I type this out. You'll get
Happy
this.
fumble.
The response also has to be 25 words, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Word prime. Let's have a look. Okay. So she knows enough to. 'Cause she's a mage. She knows enough to keep it short and abbreviated. She's also working with broken common because common's passing at least. She'll respond back with alive.
They thought we were dead. Of course they did.
Been 24 hours. Assumed dead.
That is very fair, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get to sewers?
Oh,
Meet at cliff face.
That's great.
Oh,
We're right by there.
we're not going the suicide route, everybody.
So,
Despite what Bob wants us to do.
give us time.
so
Hey,
if that's all
I
they've
was given us
said,
options.
And
Just
she's,
discuss.
she doesn't
And
feel the
not
need
be
to like,
just
use up all of
shut
her
down.
words.
so yeah, fuck you's gonna say, well, they thought we would probably die. I mean, one of us did.
Fair?
We did find someone else though.
Yeah, it's
But-
very convenient like that.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens. They said to meet by a cliff, and we're going to go in through the sewers.
So the pipe over there.
Pipe.
Quite probably, yeah.
Cool. He did have guards, so and now he just cracks the knuckles.
I
We're
mean,
gonna have some fun, probably.
yeah, probably. I mean, they might have another way to like distract them or get rid of them.
So we're
Gargoyles
not.
also probably also like answer to Oni.
Oh, fair
Oh,
point.
I can't answer them.
No, the gargoyles might answer to the
Oh,
Oni
yeah.
who just would
Yeah.
let us in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the gargoyles are trained not to attack the Oni, given they
Yeah.
work for the Oni.
How intelligent are gargoyles? Alvina would definitely not know. She'd
I don't know, but you
assume
can
that
train animals to
Same
do
as
that.
you.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
assume you can train gargoyles.
probably.
So Sid is still in their form, and they lead sort of into this huddle and say, "Are you sure you can trust these Oni?"
Oh yeah.
Well, they are trying to
Oh, really?
overthrow the king.
For now, as much as we have to.
They want the Only King dead more than we want the Only King dead. So at least until that point, we're fine. Also, his army seems nice. Another
You
one
scroll
there.
down to the bottom of the map.
Very well. If they look like they are going to turn against us, though, do I have your permission? And I look at this point probably to. They would think that Zormir is the leader, but also they would defer to Alvina as the strongest fighter. Do I have your permission to destroy them if they turn against us?
Definitely at least the brains.
Yeah, the brains and the brawn. Do I have your permission, the two of you, to destroy them?
Well, we kind of helped them. We're kind of hoping they'll be on our side by the end of this.
But if they turn against us at any point, do I have your permission? I'm not going to launch a first attack on them, but I will destroy them. I hate, with a passion, extra-world identities.
I mean,
From someone who
it's
can
funny.
change different forms a lot.
Those who would enslave Noids.
Okay. I'd say if they stopped actively killing us.
If they attack us, I have your permission then.
Within reason of they are actively attacking us. They're not inadvertently attacking us, and you
Of their
then
own
interpret
mind.
that.
Fine. If of their own volition they attack us.
Because
With willing intent that isn't for a bluff. Yes.
I didn't destroy the professor after he accidentally lightning bolted me.
You wanted to, though.
Sort
I
of.
don't know who that is or care about it.
Oh, that was the dead guy.
The person you're currently replacing.
He lightning bolted Zormir once. And also hit you with a few spells, actually. He didn't like you.
Anyway, shall we proceed? Oh, give me 1 second. And they go away and they return and they're black, dark-feathered Kenku, scarred, red eyes.
I thought you were going to come. I thought you would have come as an Oni or something, maybe. I mean, it could make you big enough for one.
No, they grunt and shake their head. They them pronouns. They them pronouns.
Question: do you have to talk like a Kenku, or can you just talk normally? Genuine question.
Yes, Kenku are very confusing.
I mean, as you're just taking their shape, I would say no.
This is a full in-character Alvina question.
I
assume they don't have to define to the laws of the Kenku unless they don't want. If they don't want.
Everyone realize how similar Alvina's personality and questioning is to Bane's questioning? It's really hard to differentiate the two. Gonna need to
does not change his voice for anything.
No.
Other than monster.
It's not even voice though. It's like the mannerisms are the same.
Yeah.
Yes. He is the same as Wolfie as his actual Ari character as well. It is impossible to tell the difference.
One of those actors who also just plays themselves. I see.
Yes.
You're gonna get typecast in all your campaigns.
Yeah, there are differences, but I am typecast.
So, in answer to that, Wolfie, they shrug and say, any.
Okay.
All right, how are you guys planning to fly up to this hill? Or this cliff face?
Damn, I should have become a creature that
I mean,
flies.
The hydras are geckos, so they can just stick to the walls, can't they?
That's what I was going for ages. It's like, why would you just walk?
Yes.
So if we use the geckos, hydras, to essentially get close to the cliff face,
Okay.
and kind of look around, see if we can see the twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. As you're kind of weaving through the valleys, because you did go a little way off in order to set up camp, and I'm assuming you have most of this conversation there. As you're making your way back to effectively the backside of the cliff that kind of goes up, nearly straight up. It's at a very slight slant inward.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But as you
80%?
maybe about 85.
Very steep thing.
We've previously described it. It's similar to R4C. It's kind of got like that runway up, and then it's got like a cliff face other side.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the cliff face area we're at. Is it?
You're at the cliff face area, yeah.
Okay. So we're at the south end.
The back end.
Yeah.
as you're approaching it, Alvina, with your micro or macroscopic vision, how you refer to it as
This is
Telescopic.
macroscopic, yeah.
with your telescopic vision, you actually spot the kind of glimmer of gold tattoos against the blue skin up on the cliff face next to one of the pipes. It looks like they've come over and they appear to be maybe conversing or at least standing by one of the gargoyles, who now, with your perception, you can actually see the ever so slight movement of the gargoyle. It does seem to be animated.
I knew it.
But as you're approaching, apart from maybe small pests, I don't think there's anything particularly in this area you need to worry about. Would they have watchers? No, they're not actually particularly bothered or worried about ground forces. It's aerial that they guard against. So yeah, since you're coming in from the ground, you actually don't spot any particular patrols or any what look to be watchtowers or anything on your ascent. You are still being careful as you approach, but you get to the cliff face edge, and you begin patting things down for a vertical climb. You start securing up all of your supplies, and I don't know, how are you guys fashioning yourself to the gecko hydras? Have you made improvised belts? Are you just holding on to the, I believe you did have a saddle?
Vina's got a saddle, so she's fine.
I'd like to tie
Gwen has
myself.
roped herself to it, like tied on tight.
Like I'm
Yeah.
imagining
Yeah,
the
Gwen's
sort of like
four-legged
avatar
girl.
saddle that Appa has.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a custom fitted Hydra saddle. That has space for her, and she can literally, if nothing else, because I imagine it's got like stirrups or something that she can actually like lock herself in with. She's gonna tie a lot
Or
of
like
people.
a rider's nest.
Yeah, she's gonna tie people to her if they want to.
Yeah, will
she's-
tie himself to Alvina.
Yeah.
I'll tie myself to the point.
Anyone want to take Gregor?
No, he smells.
I
Well,
mean,
Susie, the slightly better behaved one, because Alvina takes care of it, or Gregor, the one that has barely even mentioned the campaign other than shooting people.
I mean, fuck you's got a bunch of rope, so he'd probably tie himself to, or like do an impromptu.
Oh, I mean, actually
leash.
taking Gregor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'd need to take both of them to get all of us over.
Yeah, we
No, I
can
mean, who wants to actually
then
take
not
him?
you.
Because I can just do that.
I'm not good at animal
I'm
handling.
just gonna start claiming myself.
Stormy, take responsibility for your pet.
I would say keep hold of your spell slots for now.
Yeah, we're gonna need them. Don't just waste them.
Because I'm already out of all my third spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how we broke out of here specifically to get a long rest? So we wouldn't have to run out of spell slots.
Yeah, but I'm using this because I want my hands free.
You have your hands free.
Why? What
well,
have we been doing?
no, not if they're steering. They'll be on the reins.
That's
That
not
way.
good, actually.
I think it's a fair point if they want to like keep guard or anything.
In that case, Gwen will be steering Gregor, I'm sure.
All right, I need the
Okay.
2 riders who will be in the rider's nest and will actually have proper harnesses attached to them to go ahead and give me animal handling checks. As while they aren't as resistant, it's still kind of complex to steer a gecko up a wall.
I'm gonna give Gwent bardic inspiration for that.
Can I have it
I'm going to give
instead?
myself.
Can I have it instead?
And
please?
I'll give Alvina bardic
Thank
inspiration
God.
for that.
I was like, I've got a 1 for this, by the way.
No.
Do we
Do I
need
get
to
any
sleight
bonuses
of
for
hand?
the first one?
Do we
by
want
the
to
way?
swap which bardic inspirations we're giving?
I've got
Probably.
My bardic
you?
inspiration is slightly less.
Fair enough.
Do I get anything for the custom saddle, or is it just letting me do it?
No, it's letting you be attached to the creature about the subsequent strength check I'm about to ask for everyone else.
So
Gotcha.
you would get D8 for me then, Alvina, and then it would be D6 for
For
Gwen.
Gwen, yeah.
I will
Can I-
take that.
Could I roll sleight of hand
Take that!
to tie the point to Alvina and then myself to the point?
What's your sleight of hand modifier?
I mean, why would you
Plus-
need to sleight of
plus-
hand that? We'd probably make sure everyone is tied. Or
Yeah, it's
attached.
like
Well,
so
in
anyone getting
case-
tied to Alvina is getting very securely tied.
I mean, in case we're halfway up and we break, it's +8 plus advantage. So it's
Okay.
13.
It's because for tying ropes, it's a intelligence sleight of hand check. That's why they're asking. They want to verify all the rope thingies. I'm just gonna let you pass it with that because I think you just passively make the lowest check. That's fine. You won't be in danger of falling off, but I am still gonna require a strength check to not like lose your grip and be banged about while tied up.
Okay.
Just in because you can still get a concussion, like break something, even
Can
while
it
you're tied up.
be?
You're just
be
hanging
acrobatic?
unconscious. Albina hasn't noticed you've passed out on the rope that's
Uh,
attached directly
I
to
will
a
give
To bounce
athletic,
off the walls.
and I will give you advantage because of the excellent rope tying. So everyone who's not in a nest and who isn't climbing under their own position, like Zormir, I need a athletics check at advantage to see how well you maintain your grip and don't get banged about.
Fuck you's on
I do acrobatics
Gregor,
instead.
and Gregor doesn't have a saddle, so.
Yeah, you're just hanging on to scales.
Well,
You're really
fuck you
utilizing
would
that
have
rope.
like tied a rope round one of the necks and tied himself to the neck of Gregor.
He's only got one.
He's Hydra. I've always only got one.
He's a baby. He's a baby.
He's a baby Hydra. He hasn't
Alright.
grown his second head yet.
Fair enough.
Actually, not.
Yeah, remember we met.
that
We
terrible.
nearly met their mom.
Well, Technically,
And ran
they're
away.
adolescents. They've gone through childhood. They're getting to they're actually mid teenagers.
Fair enough.
Ah, that's where they grew.
Can I do
Mm.
acrobatics instead of athletics?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna bounce like sort of rope swing with acrobatics, but
No.
I've got a minus
Decide on
1.
well.
Yeah, it's
11.
11 for me as well.
12.
Hey, you got 12 point. That's not too bad.
That's fine. It wasn't a difficult check. A DC 10 makes it.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Thank God you had advantage. The fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does everyone succeed?
believe
Those
so.
two. I don't know who else was rolling for it.
I'm pretty sure Sid's rolling somewhere else. So
Game
Sid's
log.
going to tell me if they succeed or fail.
Game log 12.
So,
I got an 11. Fuck you, got an 11.
yeah, assassins in the back.
Point got 12.
So even if they were here, they wouldn't have to roll.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me. All right. As you begin climbing up, I believe the gecko hydras only go about 30 feet. They can be kind of driven up for 60 initially, and it's a short enough distance that you can you don't have to worry about exhaustion for doing that. It was up about halfway. I think we had it about, what was it, 300, 400 feet, so maybe about 150 to 200 feet up. It will take you a couple minutes to ride up, so you do have a couple minutes while you're just kind of hanging there. I presume probably for those who don't need to be upright, kind of leaning against it, just so that way you don't have the blood rushing to your head while you're like vertical to the wall, and your feet is still pointed squarely towards the direction of gravity. But for those who look around, as you gain height and climb higher and higher, you do start to see this beautiful scenery as it gets into kind of late morning-ish, early afternoon, and previously the darkened skies where you could see the expanse of the shattered alt sphere, the broken cosmology of various small asteroid-sized realms floating among a broken elemental ring spectrum begins to give way to just a faint light blue, and you can kind of feel a soft rise of a wind hitting against your face. It's a nice cool breeze, maybe a tiny bit on the side of nippy or chilly, but it's the most weather you've seen so far in this realm, being here for the about a week and a half I think you're at now, or somewhere thereabouts. As you continue rising up, those with decent passive perceptions spot the blue face of Azami kind of looking over, and you kind of see her almost whispering and seeming to like reassure the gargoyles, who kind of, you hear this little, as you get closer, chip noise as gargoyles kind of look to each other, as it seems to be that they're communicating somehow. Nothing complex enough to recognize a language, just kind of appears to be short little snippets. And you can see the gargoyles, who were kind of a little bit apprehensive. You kind of see them like rise up and kind of look down at you as you were approaching, begin to settle back on their hind legs and begin to kind of almost look away and disregard you as if you've been allowed to pass.
You is Zami. Avi's just gonna say under her breath.
You continue climbing up, and you can see the rest of Titan Guts beneath you now, as well as the massive kind of, or the smallish mountain range in the grand scheme of mountain ranges, but in the scale of Titan Guts, this kind of towering cliff wall face towards the north of Titan Guts, as well as the expanse of wasteland to the south and a little bit to your left as you're climbing up. That eventually gives way in what appears to be a just massive like sea of space, as there is a massive hole in the realm itself. But after a couple months, you rise up to the cliff face, and I would say you're all free to put your minis on the map, but we're probably going to change maps very soon, so I wouldn't worry about it. You rise up, and there is just enough space for the Hydras kind of get back to being horizontal. It does look to be a rather narrow space, just big enough for one large creature to kind of go in a line. You wouldn't be able to get more than one abreast.
Okay.
Ah, you're not dead. I see. I was curious if this was some form of trick by an aberration. I have heard stories of them being able to intercept messages or pass themselves off as other individuals. I'm not I wouldn't expect Nothix to be able to do it, but there is an Aboleth settlement to the south.
They also know there was an Aboleth with us.
Well,
Oh yes, there was also
somewhere.
the chance that the Aboleth with you had killed you and consumed your minds for their own gain.
Yeah.
You make
don't know where
strange
he's gone.
alliances.
He's bugging off. We don't
He
actually know where
buggered
he's
off
gone.
somewhere.
Ah, well, that will make things easier. We don't have to try and get him past the aberration sensors.
Yeah, he seems to like run away anytime he notices them, so that's probably the reason.
I mean, he doesn't really like danger, so yeah, he
That's
buggered off.
aberrations for you.
Mhm.
I think he's
Coward
more
when
of
it comes
a
to confrontation.
scientific mind.
Well,
Not
so
quite
is
as
so is
combative
my
as
brother
me.
and I, but that doesn't prevent us fighting for our knowledge.
Mhm.
Anyway, it's been about 2 days since we left.
Yeah, have you been?
Well, we finally managed to track down Void Prime before he'd caused too much damage. It caused a little bit of a scene when he'd first arrived, but we managed to get him out of the way before any of the major parties discovered him. We've been hiding him away in the various caverns, waiting for your arrival. After you didn't arrive after the first day, well, we started making backup plans. Then, of course, there was another scene. I assume you had something to do with the giant explosion and the freedom of all the slaves, and
Point,
I'm pretty sure there are several dead Oni.
I mean,
points
yeah.
directly at Alvina.
Yep. Looks directly at Avina.
Alvin just goes, yep.
I thought as much. We'd heard rumblings that some form of there was some sort of faction warfare. They'd released trolls into the caverns, and oh, I believe there were a couple rebellion members that were captured.
Yep.
Do you have
Oh,
any
they didn't
information
actually
on
die.
them?
That's a shame.
Hey, we like some of them.
I mean, yeah.
Was there a Goliath amongst them?
I don't know. I didn't really pay
Ah,
attention to the details. I'll be honest. I kind of assumed that just meant you were dead and we were going to execute Plan B. But I suppose since you're here,
No, we're alive. Just
Well, most of us.
kept very busy. Well, yes, the professor's dead. The one who objected to making Prime.
oh, that one.
Uh-huh.
Well, these things happen. Noids are so fragile.
They got caught in the explosion.
Where is Prime at the moment?
Oh, one second. They're over here.
Just over there.
Just leaning against the. Oh,
As
holy
you
cow.
come around the corner, you catch sight of Akuma. You kind of see him tut a little bit and spit against the ground. Damn it, they're alive.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, one of us died.
Finger guns at Akuma and just go, do you mind if I just... and point at Prime.
He shrugs
Yes,
his
I mind.
shoulders and is like,
Casually wander over. Look for the clockwork dragon.
Yeah. That's mine now.
Not if I get it first.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it as in lieu of payment. He owed me an arm.
Follow them. Yeah, I see no reason it wouldn't be still with them. It did go off. It's had a day to travel. Which path would it have taken?
Wasn't it like
Which path? What?
attached to
It was
attached
I
to
thought
void?
it was like
it was attached to its
Devoid time.
loincloth, and upon hearing the party, if you'd allowed me, Chris, it would have floated up. It would have sort of unclamped and floated up, and immediately scanned the vicinity, and not seeing the professor, would have sort of looked a bit panicked, and then just sort of looked around and looked back in the direction from which they came, and then sort of crumpled in on itself and fallen to the ground and almost sort of wrapped up in itself, except for a little antenna sort of thing that begins to extrude from it and whirl slightly, as if searching for a signal. If anyone wants to do anything at that point.
If I can get off Susie, I will jump down and go grab it.
I will also try to grab it.
Race.
So,
Give me initiative check.
so if Alvina sees me take it, I have no way of stopping her taking it off me.
16.
Ooh.
It's beatable.
No, that's 9.
I'll use one of my destinies.
Why?
Because I want the point to have it.
So on me or Alvina?
I want you to have it.
Okay.
Roll.
I mean, like,
no, that's a nat 1. I'm not getting it.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, Alvina's reckless abandonment of her own safety means she just throws herself off the Hydra.
Ooh,
you're
dragon.
not actually quite sure that she was clipped in properly, and you suspect that Zormir may have changed out the harness to be Velcro. Because it kept breaking.
we go flying with her, right?
Oh yeah, we're all tied. Well, no.
Yeah,
I assume I untied myself to go and grab it the first time.
Maybe that's,
yeah, which means that you're not. Which means you're not tied to it anymore because you specifically were tied to.
Which saves you from crashing to the ground very painfully.
Yes, that is fair.
But unfortunately, it does delay you as Alvina is able to get to the small deactivated silver dragon.
It is more like a copper.
Is it copper? Oh, that's
I think it was more clockwork. It was a coppery sort of. I think it was brass or copper.
Yeah, it's because the image was silver. So that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
The copper brass.
But it's still just. Yeah, it's still just sort of sat there. It's almost like a little ball of clockwork gears with a little antenna sticking up out of it that's going.
Master.
As if it's desperately searching for a signal from its home base, if you like, and this is a drill.
I pat it on. I get it doesn't. Its head's curled into itself, so I just pat it, I guess, and go awesome, and shove it in the bag. Go. That's a little payment.
I look at that. Go. We can discuss that later.
That's fair. I'm pretty sure you could probably borrow if Alvina if she wants to be bardically healed or inspired again.
Yeah, so let's get out of here first, and then.
She can be legit bastard with, honestly.
Yeah. The point wants it for sentimental reasons, so.
Yeah.
At this point, Kuma steps forward. All right, are we done with whatever these shenanigans are?
Probably.
Thumbs up.
Look, are we killing a king or not? You're already 2 days late.
Sorry, we got a little delayed. I mean, we didn't know much about the mines, and you ran ahead. We couldn't ask you.
Question for you guys. And I give as good a description of the blue Oni that I'm convinced is their sister as I physically can.
Sorry, I just looked at the chat or the old sphere chat. That's hilarious. I already knew you were there. I just didn't see the image. Perfect image for joining. Anyway, stop distracting me. Stop. God, you don't. I haven't even said anything. You're already chewing. At this point, Akuma kind of turns up his face in a sour expression, kind of stares daggers at you as Izami kind of pipes up a little bit more enthusiastically. Oh no, yeah, that sounds like our Izzy.
Awesome.
She was in the tower, right? That's where he's been keeping her.
Yeah, tower on the roof, in the weird garden thing with a talking mirror.
A talking mirror?
Yeah, she keeps talking to it.
Oh,
She just like puts hands up and just full on shrugs. You know?
I guess she's lonely. She's talking to a
Maybe.
Hopefully. This is why we need
Alvin,
to rescue her as soon as possible. Isolation does not befit a gifted mind.
Yeah.
say Alvina is not the best at magical identification of things, but she is a good scout because she's got good eyes. But for details
The
of
mirror wasn't looking
any-
at the room, so it was
anything-
magic, probably.
anything other than food, she could give you a very good description of what she had for breakfast.
Yes.
Izami and Akuma kind of share a confused but a little bit concerned look. I'm not aware of us having anything like that. I understand the kind of magical theory you're referring to, a communication device, but the Oni don't use that. We specialized in ink magic, as well as a couple other things. We'll investigate that when we can.
Yeah, I thought I should let you guys know about that. It was particularly weird. Also, there's some big gargoyles in the tower as well, like some big scary ones.
Oh no, yeah, those will be the ones outside the king's bedroom. Those are heavily buffed.
Makes sense.
Look, who cares? Everything's heavily buffed. That's why we're taking a risk on what is effectively rodent in armor, hoping that they'll do enough damage to the sheer. If the king was easy to kill, we would have done it already. He didn't beget his throne by sheer luck or inheritance. He fought for that thing. He was once the strongest of us.
Was once.
Kiki puts their hand on their sword that's at their belt. Sorry, that's the name of the.
Okay, yeah, I was like, who the fuck is Kiki?
Said as Kiki puts their hand on their form, as this Oni seems to get more aggravated and calls Noids vermin in armor, but doesn't do anything else. Doesn't move to attack. Just puts a hand on the hilt of the sword and just stands there calmly watching the guy.
So, shall we go?
I'm wondering why we haven't left already.
We can walk and talk. Come on.
All right. Izami, do the thing with Prime. I can't get him to listen to me. Oh, well, we won't really so much be.
Why am I hearing an echo of the stream?
Because apparently my stream unmuted itself. Weird. Bad stream. Stay muted. Don't want to listen to myself. Yeah. Azami kind of moves towards Prime. Well, we won't be so much walking as we will be teleporting.
Okay.
Oh.
That's convenient.
Oh yes. Well, it is Void Arcanite. We drilled into its eye sockets.
As you all glance to the reanimated corpse of a stone giant with two large spikes of Void Arcanite pierced through his skull, so that you just see the base of the crystals glaring out at you. There is no expression on his face.
One word from Kiki.
Where are we teleporting to?
Well, from what we could figure out, we're pretty sure Prime can only teleport to places they've been.
Nightcrawler rules, of course.
And we only reanimated them or brought them to life 2 days ago, so they haven't exactly been many places. However, we did manage to get them up to the height of the mines. We couldn't sneak them through the passage point. There's too many eyes, but we did manage to convince a couple of the Onis to kind of take a break and look the other way while we snuck them around the various caverns. So we have a pretty good layout of some of the rooms in the mines, and we can get to the highest point. But that's where it gets a little tricky. Um, it's we have the rank to and the kind of connections to persuade some of the Onis with less important duties to look the other way, but the elevator marshals aren't exactly
Cooperative.
cooperative.
Mm.
They're red brutes, so they don't
Ah,
really. We don't have as strong a connection as we do with the mages.
okay.
Okay.
So that's our first challenge, or at least we're we're planning on potentially just causing a second distraction. They've moved a lot of the forces through the mines down to the second level. Apparently, the king's paranoid that since this is the second incident in 2 days, and well, I guess technically the third incident in 2 days. Well, actually, I think it was the fourth incident in 2 days. That something is. He's convinced there's going to be more incidences in the mine, so he's trying to reclaim the lower level.
Vinny's got a giant grin on her face because her dumbass plan actually worked.
So
Running
we can
scared.
we'll be able to teleport straight into the highest level, right underneath the uh the the brutes room in the lower level of the tower. But there's still going to be two brutes on guard, as well as the sphinxes. Um,
So lead the brutes off and take
well, we
care
have
of them.
we have a couple options. We can, depending on how confident you are that we could quickly locate and deal with the king, depends on if we need to kill them or distract them long enough to pass them, or do cause a secondary distraction.
Point.
Well,
Technically,
for the
we
distraction,
also only need to get Void Prime up there, and then in theory he could come back and teleport the rest up. But we've been unable to sneak him into the elevator. We've tried a couple excuses, but each time they want to get permission from the king, and
Yeah,
because
that's
he's
a bad
already
idea.
pretty paranoid, I don't think we can risk it. Since Void is our secret weapon.
gotcha. Question:
If we
Yeah.
Sphinxes?
Yeah, they guard the elevator up and from the mines to the tower.
Are these
Gotcha.
like actual sphinxes or like statues of sphinxes or?
Technically they're not actual sphinxes. They're modeled in it. They're animated clay.
Okay,
They do pack a
Okay.
punch though.
I'm,
I bet.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm guessing there's no guards to the back of the king's room. Well,
The back
where
of the king's room.
the back area of the palace itself, because didn't you have some kind of spell point to go through a wall?
What back area?
What?
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
If
I
we
have
can
pass
get
wall. If there is a
if
wall that is less than insert distance here, I can get us through it.
but
Oh,
I
we'd
think it's
have to
like
get
5 foot.
we'd have to get you up there in the first place.
Yeah.
Yes, am I
Nice.
aware of
Hmm.
sphinxes? Are they like the classic
5
sphinxes from
5 foot.
mythology that can be distracted by a riddle?
give me
If
a
they're clear, rather.
history check.
So
History, I am not intelligent.
so the layout is we have to get past these people to go up. The Sphinx are at the exit of the elevator.
Oh, we can handle the sphinxes. We know all the passwords.
Okay.
It's the only brutes that we need to deal with.
How many will there be?
The brutes, they're keeping two on. The rest are down in the second level.
There is then the question.
Well,
Is
they've
it
also got a couple on reserve for the more important guarding missions, but they're technically a different branch.
Flat 17?
Nice.
There's a question. If we could get to the back of the elevator, maybe we could sneak you in.
Yeah. Good.
Well, the elevator goes straight up into the marshal's room. But like I said, a lot of that's been cleared out because they're all downstairs. They've even brought in the golden worm to dig out extra entry points into the first level. Apparently, they've been going at it all night. As I said, they've already caught a small group of Noids, but the king's
I'll be right
convinced
back.
that they can't be responsible solely, and it makes no sense that they've used troll distraction. So he's convinced there's more down there somewhere infesting the place.
And confirm. Troll distraction wasn't them.
But I guess technically we just need Void Prime to see the destination, or at least get to the destination, and then he can come back for us. So if you have other ideas or plans to get Void
Oh, no.
Prime up into the tower, that could
So you
work.
say there's no one
By,
at the top?
by,
So you know there's someone at the top of the lift?
Well, there's two people at the bottom of the lift. We're not entirely sure who's still up there.
Okay.
We haven't gone up to check.
Okay, I was wondering if you'd
Okay.
spotted if there was anyone at the top, because then we
Two
could have
more
just literally
questions.
got past the two, and then we're
Uh,
home free. But
how often can Void Prime do the teleport?
constantly, wasn't it?
Is it like
We're
a helm of
not-
teleportation?
We're not entirely sure. We've yet to test it.
He was
Okay.
teleporting at least the short
And-
distances quite a lot when I was chasing him. So
Yeah, I
probably
don't.
fairly
We've not
frequently.
seen him tire yet.
And by sea, does that mean metaphorical has to actually be there, or just has eyes on it?
Well, if my theory of how he's doing it is correct, I think he just has to have sufficient details about the place to be able to pinpoint it in a spatial coordinate system within his own mind.
minute.
Invisible flying zombie giant? Anyone?
I mean, that is actually a really cool plan. I actually just thought of a way simpler one, but
Yeah,
I
but
like that plan.
how do we get it to follow our instructions?
You think?
Fly up there.
If we
and then
tell
come back,
Akuma,
and then teleport us up here.
Oh
Well,
yeah, he follows basic instructions really well.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, we have Assassin who can put people's thoughts into a different
Ooh.
person's head.
Ooh, if we invisibilize assassin.
I was
Yeah,
even
them
mean
to fly
just
up
Assassin,
there.
just anybody who can climb up there.
no, you've already been up there. We can just.
Yeah.
You've already been up there. We can just.
Actually, have you already been up there?
Yeah, you can distract.
There's that Alvina you have. You've already seen it.
Assassin
I've
can
never seen the.
extract
Oh
your
yeah,
memory of
shit!
it.
I could just teleport us straight to the roof, technically.
No, you can teleport us right into her chambers. You've seen her chambers. If Assassin extracts that and then puts it into the mind of the Void Giant,
We'll
the
find
Void Giant
out.
technically...
I'm just like scanning through every single window that I peeked in on the thing. It's like, maybe I did look in every single window that I could see.
You wouldn't have had enough detail. Oh, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So I did work at the mechanics of this, so I don't want you guys to abuse it too much. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
for memory extraction, because this is an option, Assassin, assuming you barter with them and agree to their
Yeah.
terms, can supply the information, but it will only be of sufficient quality if they've seen the place in the last 24 hours.
themselves.
If the
Assassin.
brain or the or assassin.
Oh, the brain who has the memory. Otherwise, the memory will be too degraded to be sufficient quality to allow Void Prime to teleport there.
I'm assuming in technicality, the teleport has a range, so we can't just immediately teleport to the tower.
It has a range, but neglectable for the sake of the tower because it's bigger than the whole
Okay.
tower combined.
Cool. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's... Well, technically, the limitation for the bigger, powerful one is within the realm.
Jesus.
It's a full teleport spell.
And here was me thinking it'd be like 500 feet.
For his reactionary abilities, it's 500 feet. He has
Okay.
additional teleport powers.
Badass. All right. So yeah, if Assassin was here, I would be immediately bargaining. But
Assassin is here.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking now.
They're
They're
listening.
not
They're on
fully here. They are
However, I
here
have
and
talked to Assassin, and I'm going to say that Assassin will give some sort of criteria that they can flesh out later, and that I assume they will eventually find some compromise with Alvina to agree to the terms to use some resources to extract Alvina's memory and return it. Now,
Yeah.
this is the point I was going to get back to. You wouldn't have had sufficient detail for the kitchen because there was too much smoke in the place, as well as the lace-filled curtained room, as it too wasn't sufficient. You would have enough information for the bedroom, the garden, or the rooftop hut, or the entry chamber you looked at. Basically, the two rooms I described as vague, was vague for a reason.
Yeah, 100%.
All the other ones are fine.
We could do the barracks. Alvin doesn't know it's a barracks, but
the barracks that go off into the garden.
Yeah, like
Or, not the garden, but like the back training area.
Yeah, because she like, oh, there's a training area. Weird that it's connected to nothing because I rolled like a 4 on intelligence or something. But that'd be a decent room, probably.
Was the sister's bedroom one of the hazy ones?
No,
the rooftop hut.
The rooftop.
Well, you have the king's room. That you actually just got a good glance into.
That was the one. That was the one that I actually went loot room, wasn't it?
That one actually you just got a glance of like a ton of like gold and loot and like a glittering gem. It was really just overboard. It was overboard to the point of. So you have both the first floor level rooms. So you have the entrance kind of semi-cathedral area as well as the training area at the back. You have the king's room, the garden top, and the rooftop hut, which is in the garden. Which would you like to go to?
King's room.
I didn't.
I assume also Aspen has limited resources, so there will be a limit on this.
It wasn't the throne room, it was the king's bedroom, which had the 2 giant mega gargoyles in it.
Just outside. Yeah.
We're gonna have to deal with them if we go there. Is the point?
I think the mirror room, the sister, to
That's
show
what I
them
was
that
debating, because I've asked
to show them
them
that we're like this is your goal objective.
Yeah,
one of the two.
I'd ask them.
Now let's
Do
go
you
kill
want
the
to
king.
see your sister first or kill the king first?
Because the sister we could get on side.
Maybe.
Unless she's
the total traitor, like I'm pretty convinced she is, but I'm too stupid to realise.
Unless
they kind of glance at each other.
In this.
We should save her first and then take out the king. We'll never be safe so long as he's still there. Bringing her into the fray might result in her getting hurt. If we take him out, there'll be nothing to hurt her. I don't know. She's talking to mirrors and. Look, I understand, but if he's still alive, if we get caught up there, we won't have a second chance.
Am I? Actually, that's a dumb one, but it might be. It might be that he's put some sort of spell on her that's making her just stay in the room. So that might be why she's talking to the river.
If we can break the link now, before we fight him, she might not fight on his side in the fight against him.
I was more meaning if we bring her in and she has a spell on her, she might actually fight on his side.
Yeah, but if we can break that before we
kill him first.
No, if we go to him first and fight him, she might charge in and go, "My liege," and attack us. But if we go to her first and free her, she might fight on our side. Remember what Chris said, we need all the allies. That's my thinking anyway. I'm fine to go with the party on this. Sid is with the party on this, but that's my 2 cents. I think if we free her first, she could be a valuable ally in addition to the 2 Oni.
I guess the question is do any of you actually have like remove curse or dispel magic that might be able to break something if there is something? Because it might
Stare at Gwen.
Lesser restoration. Gwen, what do you have?
Stare at Gwen, the only person that might have it.
I don't think I have it today, though.
I've got lesser.
No, I've got lesser restoration. But...
Detect poison and disease.
Looks like Assassin has the spell.
I might do it.
Might do it. I'm pretty sure the spell deliberately doesn't remove curses if it's a cursed thing, though. So it could be either a dispel or curse. It can go both ways. It just depends on how lucky you are.
Yeah, like if it's a flat out curse, then it's.
Why not both?
It could be both.
Which is why it matters. Do you actually have the option?
Yeah.
I can do it tomorrow.
And can I
Now
put my 2 cents in
let's-
as well?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
what you got?
It could be something Arcanite based, considering he's got the golden crown. That might be something Dormir could look at.
Could be.
I thought the crowd would explode. I don't know enough about Arcanite. In or out of character, I don't know enough about Arcanite.
So yes, it sounds like you at least have Dispel, and you do have Arcanite proficiency if it is something arcane nature and is a simple spell. But it doesn't sound like you have an option if it is a curse or if it's something else.
Fuck you doesn't happen to have anything against curses, do you?
No, I'll just checked.
Fair enough. I thought it was worth it. It's like, you might have it as well.
Fuck you can only change their spells like when they level up. They can't do it just randomly.
You know, I thought every class got a upgrade like that.
No.
If it's something that requires a saving throw, if I can get close enough to her, I can give her a bonus.
Maybe. We don't even know that, to be honest, we don't even know if she's not just perfectly
Yeah.
willing.
She might just be.
She's
although she
like,
could
yeah,
be
this
on
sounds like a good
graveyard
idea,
thing.
genuinely.
Yeah. Maybe she's just in it for the power.
Yeah.
Maybe she genuinely believes in his cause. In which case, that's another issue.
Yeah.
To
Let's
sort.
kill the king. I think killing the king first, safer bet.
All right, up to you guys.
That's what I personally think. That's my 2 cents. I think we should kill him first, or try to at least.
So we got 1 vote apiece.
I
Not
think
as a
we should
democracy.
kill the king, but Gwent thinks save the sister and then get out.
Yeah, I thought Gwent would probably go on the rescue the girl.
Yeah,
one,
rescue
or
the girl
leave.
and then leave.
Mm-hmm.
If Alvina's on the point of killing the king and saving the girl are equal in importance in the minds of most of these people. So
in character
Can we
votes,
speak to her,
we
but
go.
not necessarily free her?
We
Like,
don't want to
speak
let
to her, but
know
only
that
break
we're-
her out. Yeah.
All right, I
don't
think
wanna
you've
let
had
them know we're coming
sufficient
to
time
shields.
to talk.
Kill
Alright,
King.
Let's
Wait,
go
wait.
ahead and do a vote. We're going to try voting for party options here.
Okay.
Vote in the chat, and audience, if you're listening, you too can vote at home to see what the party does.
Oh wow!
Should we go and kill the king first, hoping it will break whatever is on the sister if she is enslaved? Or should we go and talk to the sister and determine what is potentially holding her there, if anything? Like I said, we're not actually sure if there is something holding her there. And yeah, these are our 2 options and paths. So vote now. The voting lines are now open.
Oh, God, is it going to come
point.
down assassin?
Oh,
Son of
point!
a
I
bitch.
really. Oh, I'm so disappointed in you, man.
next point.
Oh, dude, I'm so
But
disappointed.
honestly,
Oh no! She beard tied it up. It's a fucking tied vote now.
it's fine. It's fine. The audience gets a less of a vote because we're actually in the campaign, and they'll always vote for the evil option.
I don't want Sheepbeard to have a vote. 'Cause I know who they are, and I
Yeah.
know they'll vote for the king.
No, they
Already
voted.
voted.
sister.
Yeah, she bid vote for sister.
Yeah.
It tied the vote.
What?
Yeah.
No. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
No
I
joke.
like it.
It
No,
tied
no,
the
no.
vote. I looked-
James has spoken. They don't want Sheepbeard's vote on their side. So
What is
yeah,
this chaos? What is this chaos, Sheepbeard? If you're watching,
I think they are considering they voted.
Yeah,
Mm.
All right.
she bid's
So it's
definitely
3
watching.
all. So it comes down to Crow then.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck you as well.
Yeah, fuck you's not voted.
Oh, has fuck you not voted?
No.
Alright.
If Assassin's not able to vote, I guess it's down to fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you doesn't give a shit.
So he's
Oh.
Fuck you, you want to
Oh.
murder?
Yes, he
Fuck
is.
you, you want to murder the guy, right?
Fuck you's a libertarian, isn't he? God damn it.
Hey, fuck
We
you, you want to
murdered-
murder the guy, right?
Ukyu wants to dethrone the king. Look at that gif.
I've not
Yeah,
voted
exactly,
any
yeah.
gifts.
Sorry, no, Assassin has voted.
Oh, right.
But dude,
Oh,
To
live the king.
Kill the king. All right, fuck you. Put in your final vote, but I think we're going king side.
oh dear, this is gonna end badly.
It's not badly either way.
I don't like that smile from you, Ben. That's like, I could fuck this here.
Well, to be fair, they can't, because I also get a vote, and it works better story-wise if we kill the king first.
Yeah!
I mean,
I went on assumption that the king is not on the roof, so probably closer.
Knowing that Chris would want us to go kill the king, I want to change my mind. I'm not going to, but I want to.
To be fair, it works either way. I just think it flows better.
Yep.
Kill the king, we put one of them in charge.
Everyone knows when you do a video game, you play all the side quests first and clear them out, and then your brain doesn't itch. Or is that
Oh yeah,
just
here's the
me?
thing. I'm
Assuming you think
convinced.
killing the king isn't the side quest, it is the side quest.
Also, I'm convinced the sister's actually the final boss. So.
Oh yeah, so am I. She's the real king.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's manipulating him, and he's a flesh
the
puppet.
Under king.
He's a flesh puppet who she immediately took over, and
I'll
she's
be
a
honest,
necromancer or something.
Didn't think of that at
And
all.
I'll click.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm.
I
I'm a
look, there's
very
something
straightforward
shady
person.
going on here, because didn't someone literally said like a few weeks ago, she has an unusual amount of power over the king, or something to that effect.
Oh, it's all making sense now. God damn my brain. I see minutiae. I don't see
I agree,
minutiae.
Sheepers. I agree.
Oh, God damn it.
Yes, James.
Living Arcanite.
This is why I play with Chris. This is why after 5 years I'm still playing with Chris, because it never fails to go. What happened?
I appreciate the comment, but honestly, I don't even know if I can take the compliment. This isn't even like sophisticated storytelling right here.
I'm his
I've not done
Alan
anything
Davies.
innovative here.
I'm his Jason
Just as
Mendoza from The
planned,
Good Place.
just as planned, Chris. That's all it means. You just go, was that intentional? Yes.
If anything, my
It's
greatest
that's
skill of a
straightforward.
DM here is just herding you cats.
That's quite an achievement, honestly.
You know, it's fun being the Vembo in the relationship, the friend group. It's great fun.
That's
I
fair.
advise
That
more people to do
All
it.
right. So it sounds like we are going to the northern room, which you identified as the king's bedroom. Is this correct?
Yeah,
Mostly
man,
because we
let's
don't
do
actually
it.
know where the king is. So
Yep,
I
vote.
wanna play D&D.
Yes,
Let's
sure.
do it.
Yes.
Let's
Yep.
go. And also, let's be honest, it's the best time to fight the Uber gargoyles when we have a fully powered golem here.
Yeah, I mean, was
This
it
is
the
the
thing that
best
has all the
chat.
loot?
Yes.
that was
In that case, we can loot and hope for magical items to help us.
Also true.
could probably actually get the salvage table up as well as like the
Oh,
loot table. You can get
yep.
both there.
Or we kill the king and then we leg it because we've done what we're supposed to do. They
Yeah,
can
we're gonna
rescue
get-
their sister.
We gotta
That's
get
the
the loot.
character.
We gotta get the loot as well.
Yeah.
Alvino will be
Wait.
perfectly satisfied if we just loot this one room and then do the rest of it and don't need to loot that much more.
All right,
Loot
we're
is
gonna
also-
montage the like 10-ish minutes of Assas in retrieving the memory from Alvina. Alvina trying to remember her darndest to remember every little detail about what she saw through that window of the mega gargoyles into the room of shinies and pretties. And then transplant the memory over into Void Prime, who gives a nod, and Void Prime raises up his hands and seemingly sticks them into space, his hands vanishing from reality, or at least his fingers vanishing from reality, as he pries open a tear in reality. And you can see a purple swirling vortex with this crackling dark purple energy around it
Nice.
as he steps through.
Way to get me one of those.
The Kenku form says
Same.
metal and walks through.
Rock and roll. And also,
We all
I
get
wanted to save the girl.
We're gonna save the girl.
we're all just having a one-liner before we go in.
we all get a one-liner before the end.
Funky doesn't is just like shaking his head as he walks through.
Yes, I agree. Their lines are terrible.
All right.
Alvina just be chewing something she found.
You're
Can
in
someone
the
shrug
room.
at the camera and just go, I don't have a one-liner, I'm sorry. I'm just here for the fun.
Alvina just in the teleport just spikes the lens and doesn't say anything.
Yeah, that's fair. That's just as good.
We'll thingy down there. Okay. Alright, I think I still need to resize some of the minis. Is
I
that
think the
everyone
Hydras are
on the map?
considerably bigger than they should be, I think, as well.
Yeah, they're 4 instead of 3.
Yeah, I went, oh, they've grown!
More importantly, I wanted this place to seem big, but I think I may have gone a little overboard, really.
This is one hell of a bedroom. Also, this
You know
looks
what?
like the greatest hippie pad of all time with the art picked.
There's too many cushions, is what it is.
Yeah.
No, I realized
Too many cushions. A D&D one-shot.
It's not really a spoiler, and it doesn't really matter. Technically, the only king is actually one size larger, so he is huge. So he is the size of Void Prime, and honestly, wouldn't you want to bet that size too?
Yeah.
Can confirm.
So he's technically proportionally sized for everything, so that's fair. This room is
Only
actually
king
to scale.
It's an Oni king size bed.
Yep. Is everyone on the map?
You're
You're not on the map. People are on the map.
Abigail, Zomir, and Alvina, and the Hydras, and that's it.
I'll transition you between maps. But anyway, as
One.
you step through the portal, you get this
Why are you always
falling
so big?
sensation.
I don't know, but I still can't resize myself.
Yeah, we
Nah.
can't resize ourselves, I know. We have to wait.
Thank you.
No, unfortunately, I don't think I can actually give that permission.
I don't
No.
know, honestly.
You have to be able to find a way.
There's probably some super convoluted way of doing it, but
That's fair. I'm just going to copy and paste these icons between maps anyway.
yeah.
But as you step through the tear in reality, your stomach lifts into your body as you fall through space, and you could get that sensation of falling. As eventually you step out a little bit disoriented, especially those who aren't used to teleporting as much. And you step out into this kind of blinding room of just glistening gold, and is that chicken and like meat? And okay, it definitely smells like someone doesn't clean enough in here. And you're definitely just get the sensation that there might be tiny bits of chicken flesh under some of these pillows or in cracks, and yep,
Rotting.
a little bit, not so much rotting, but there's definitely kind of a slight BO smell.
Alvina, have we teleported into your room?
I punch Zomir for that.
To be honest, I was going to say
Do
the
you
I
exact same
watch
thing.
very regularly, thank you very much.
Do you even have the chance to hear as you glance a room filled with chests bursting with gold and jewels and giant gems? There's sacks. There appears to be somebody has molded a pure gold anchor.
I pick up the anchor.
I cast fine traps.
Mm.
All right.
How long is that? Is that an action or a minute?
Everything is trapped. Every single thing in this room is trapped.
I
Every
have a
individual
sneaking
point.
suspicion that
Just
takes a minute.
instantaneous.
I can bet Gwent would instantly cast that, actually. Seeing anything, trapped.
Okay. A sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable.
I would like
Fair.
to point out Gwent finds a lot of things harmful and undesirable.
I'm about to see, does that just ping Alvina?
You
Alvina
get
pings a little bit.
you get two massive pings of these large golden, almost balloon-like spheres sitting against the walls to the east.
Okay,
Oh,
they're
the
trapped.
lanterns.
Don't go near them.
They are a huge size. Actually, I
Okay,
think it
so
might be
They're
technically
gargantuan.
They're
They're, actually,
gargantuan size.
they're getting close to colossal, honestly, but yeah. They're big.
And as you kind of glance over there, Izami actually takes a step forward, kind of interposing herself, kind of like spins on her heel to face the party, her back to the orbs, as she kind of like puts up her hand to tell you to stop. All right. Shit, I don't know. What would giant swear words be?
Imix?
Stone.
Imix he's their maker, right?
Ducks.
Probably German. Scheiße.
Imix wouldn't be their maker, because the princes collaborated to make different elements. It would be Ogrenbach.
Oh, I thought Imix literally told us that he made the Oni. Interesting. Okay. He lied!
Well, he did. It was a joint effort to make the giant races.
Bastard lied to us.
Actually, who would even make the Oni?
It's literally
Ogrenbach
you
would
said
make the
Imix the
gold
other week. So,
Maybe they got a freelancer and didn't pay them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Technically, Imix made them in collaboration. It was a collaborative effort. It's because you go with the default of like if they're fire, they belong to the fire prince, or if they all made their own ones. But the Onis don't technically fall into that. They fall into lesser giant kind. So they were kind of just made collectively as foot soldiers or like staff,
okay.
Offcuts.
rather than like actual warriors or fighters.
Hmm.
So for that, I'm just gonna go with monarchy of just literally swearing on the monarchy now, especially since they're technically a neutral faction. They unaligned themselves to the monarchy, so they would still curse it.
makes sense.
Monarchy. All right, I didn't actually know if you would have any of these in here. I've only ever seen them in the the fuck would he? I'm gonna go with throne room right now because it doesn't technically the. I'm gonna
It
call it
could
the
be the
leisure den.
meeting
I'm
hall.
gonna,
It could be.
I'm gonna call it the leisure den.
Leisure.
Oh, the leisure den sounds so sleazy, though.
It really does.
This is my
Yep.
leisure den.
And that works perfectly because we're going with Sultan vibes for this guy.
I figured that.
You can tell by the 18 million pillows.
Yes. And the flying carpet.
I'm the chicken. Oh my god! Yeah, we need to inspect to see if that carpet is a flying carpet. Because if it is, I kind of
You
need
all
it.
could use a flying carpet.
Hey, you got a ship.
I don't.
Okay, but just whatever you do, don't accidentally touch them.
What the hell are they?
They're pods for his golden guardians.
Gotcha. Okay.
What's a golden guardian is the question
Probably-
you should be asking.
Bad is what I assume. Anything called Golden Guardian, from experience, never good.
I guess it kind of depends on how you act. Quite frankly, it's actually quite a fascinating, like feat of arcane engineering. The Blue Magi Guild built them as a personal defense guard for the request of the king when he started getting suspicious about assassination.
Okay.
They're made of gold and incorporated gold arcanite, so they're effectively what's the
golem?
term Unoids use? Golems?
Gold golem.
Yeah, gold golems. They're incredibly powerful. Like I said, really quite a spectacular feat. They can easily take on 2 to 3 brutes by themselves,
Good to know.
and they're the only answer to the king. In fact, if anyone touches the orbs who isn't the king, they'll activate and assess the threat. And if they find anything that doesn't meet their parameters, they'll annihilate it.
Zome, don't touch him.
Not going to.
I know
And
we.
I-
Enough, don't
shouldn't-
touch them.
I'm
No
not going to touch him. I can't steal things that try to stab me.
The point is looking at them, but from a distance.
Yeah.
My kind of stats are, yeah, they're the royal guards, okay? That's why we
Cool.
needed you. You're the distraction.
Cool.
All right. Last time I checked, he'd gotten a dozen, but I didn't actually know if he'd brought them all out of storage. He doesn't have them all activated. He has a couple in the main den, and then he has a couple more scattered around. I guess he placed 2 here.
I mean, it is his bedroom. That makes sense.
Zome, no.
So I was like, Zome, wipe up that drool.
No.
As you look around, it seems to be just a room that he's just filled with luxury. For note, the bookcases aren't bookcases; they're cabinets. I couldn't find a generic cabinet, but they are filled with kind of just these strange golden objects and jewels, and there's just more treasure in here, as well as this kind of golden mask sitting on there with strange kind of crystal rods sticking off of it. There appears to be 2 doors just south of here next to what appears to be some form of radiator or heater, as well as the room continues on south towards this large double set of doors that leads out, and the window to your north that you effectively came through, as well as this kind of large statue that appears to be just decorated in celestial iconography. With this strange wailing face looking up into the sky.
Where's the statue?
This
This thing. Okay.
Yep. That thing.
Yeah, that.
Look at that thing. Isn't it beautiful?
It looks like a weird, like, if Binding of Isaac had Buddhas, is what it looks like.
It looks
Did you
to
say
effectively
wailing
be a
face
10
or
foot
alien?
tall totem statue. Made of
That's it,
what
wait.
appears to be gold.
Everybody,
wailing me.
I need everybody to stop and not touch a thing and just look around for a second. Look for diamonds.
Is
Good
there a
shout.
diamond in the heap? Or how many are there that are identified with diamond?
Yes.
I'm not good at looking at things.
Everyone go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
I'm
Can it be
just
perception?
here.
Can Alvina specifically look? Or she
Oh,
does know
no.
gems.
Investigation
I'm
is
looking
picking up and
mechanics, it's
touching
an
things.
investigation.
Yeah. She
I've
does
been
know
told
gems,
this
actually. Do I
before.
get any... you said I got something for gems. Do I get any help for that?
Mostly just using this to determine how well I roll in this table. So depends if there's actually anything in the table. If there is anything in the table, I'll let you just passively find it. Otherwise,
I'll roll it as the base just in case. It's 15 with a -2. Actually, that's not bad. But if there's any,
Craft.
if Alvina's gem
Okay.
knowledge thing
14.
from Fantasia has any help, then it's a 15 plus whatever that.
14,
what is he?
15, 16, 17.
Oh shit, he is a big one. Okay.
They're all pretty reasonable.
Apart from the 7.
Yeah.
My
Fuck you,
passing
find some chicken!
investigation is
Fuck you,
15.
There.
fuck you, find some chicken!
It's not on fire, therefore who cares?
Basically, yeah.
All right, I need the point and Zormir to roll me a D100.
Ooh.
Aw.
Wait, not me as well. I got 16.
Oh yeah, Gwen got a 16 with the guidance.
Yeah, that's fair. Gwen, you can be the first one to roll on the table.
I was so. Ooh, 28 and 30.
Yeah.
34, 28, 44.
So bad rollings.
Not necessarily bad.
All right,
How
Gwen,
did
roll
you
me,
die?
roll me 3d6.
Did that come through? Sorry, my Chrome crashed. I can't tell if it came through. I rolled a 16.
So there was 3 16s.
Alright. In terms of gems, you find 8 500 GP gems, so some of them might be diamonds. We'll find out that in a second. And James, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Okay, I've got the loot table up. Well, Alvina's loot bag at least.
3.5.
3. We'll get back to that. Who is next in line?
All the like 17, 16, 16, 16. It was
Oh,
me.
Rena, go ahead and roll me 8d12. Works because you're the one actually looking for these anyway.
Hey. 71.
Oh,
That's a high roll.
that's a great roll.
I clicked on the wrong one. It's this one. Oh, sorry. That's
Sorry,
actually 8d6.
8d12 and you rolled
Oh.
71. Just take off
Can
the
I just
last
half
2.
all these?
Can you just half it?
Yeah, can I just
Yeah,
get like a 35?
Here you go. You're gonna get one of these. Oh, you know, I actually don't think they do diamonds on here.
35 out of 40. Yeah, diamonds aren't on the
If it's on the tier
random
below
loot.
it.
Yeah, they're not on the random loot table because they are spell components.
That's fair. I'm just gonna give you some anyway.
And they're rare. They're diamonds.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, this is the powerful loot tables. You know.
Yeah.
It's the king's personal quarters. You don't think he has the good stuff?
Mm.
he might not have the good stuff in his bedroom.
I mean, admittedly, all the chicken bits.
What?
You're right, but still.
Yeah, you want to point out the king. People who have anything that's important or cool usually don't keep it in their bedroom with their underwear. They keep it in a vault.
Yeah, unfortunately, this guy
The
doesn't.
special underwear.
Unless you're as
Oh,
lavish as this guy.
Special underwear. Is he Mormon?
It could be.
Mom.
We haven't met him yet.
Yeah, he might be a Mormon Oni Sultan.
Yeah, let's not yuck his yum. Let's not judge him before
Yeah,
we get.
we
I
don't
have
know
no
how
idea what
old
that
he is.
means, but I don't like it.
A big, stupid, ugly Oni. Judge him
Let's
before
not
we
harsh
even
his
find.
vibe then.
Oh, she's fine. That's better.
I think that's 8. 1, 2, 3,
Hey.
4, 5.
Maybe
6,
he's a
7,
misunderstood soul who
There
never
you go. You
wanted
find
to be
2
king.
500 GP diamonds.
Hey.
2 raised
And
devs
hold
right
out
there.
my hands. Give me,
Yep,
give me.
I put them in it. He's like, there you go.
Thank you.
I'll put them on the list just so I've got them on the thing, but I'll put your name next to them essentially.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. You also found some magic items in here, and I think it was.
Yay.
What did James roll? 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3.
2, 1, 5.
All right, who's not rolled yet? Fukyu, Zormir, and I'll roll for Assassin. Unless
I'm
Assassin
rolling.
wants to roll me a D100. Roll me a D100.
33.
We're just not getting over that 50, are we?
It's a solid. 33 is a solid number. Like,
yeah, but out of 100, it's not.
it's a third of it, ish.
yeah, not a solid
You
number.
get a potion of dominion. That's supposed to be an F.
Diminution.
Oops.
Nice.
Diminution.
Then.
Diminution.
Tidiness.
That shrinks you,
Is it
Potion
tidiness?
that shrinks you.
Mhm.
That would actually be
Zormir,
really
D100.
handy.
It's only up to that he has this in his bedroom.
What do you need me to roll?
79.
D100.
I've already.
I imagine
28 was
sometimes the
mine.
only king likes a bit of
Yeah.
strange and needs to shrink down.
Or he
Ooh.
wants to feel powerful and big. Let's not go there.
I was saying, I'm not
That's a
going there.
worse one.
It's like,
Yeah.
there's just the silence as the king just stopped.
Mm,
Oh, I
I
mean,
don't
I,
know. This
I'd already
guy-
had thoughts of what it could be used for.
Yes, I also had thoughts.
I'm already feeling
Clairvoyance?
skeevy about this guy. Let's just kill him.
You gain a potion of clairvoyance. That was for Zormir, so I'm about to do assassins now.
That's not the 70. Nice.
So I rolled a 45 above, by the way.
Whoa, okay. You gotta like this one.
Oh no.
Is another orb of mimics.
No, I keep getting potions, weirdly enough.
Oh, fair enough.
I have a lot of potions on here.
Potion.
But it is a potion of fire giant strength.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
You also get 3 rolls on the primordial salvage table, because this guy
What?
loves his salvage.
That's one of the very few items that can actually increase Salvina's strength.
Did I get anything for my 45 above?
45 above. Oh, for the initial D100?
Yeah. Or is that?
Oh yeah, that's what chose which table I was rolling from.
Okay, nice.
I gave you guys effectively on the loot table, and I took the highest.
Okay.
So you got higher loot because of the point.
Nice point.
Good. I pointed out the loot.
Living up to your name.
You helped Fate along, give you a better loot in this guy's
Okay.
loot room, which he sleeps in.
Not the good loot. The medium tier loot.
No, but now that we're back around, the point, go ahead and give me a D20, as well as I told somebody else they would get a roll on the loot first. I think you already did that.
It was Gwent gets the first roll on the loot thing. That was it.
Go ahead, have the second roll on the primordial salvage as well, and then James, go ahead and give me another D20 because you know you're itching for one.
Well, I rolled a 3. What was that
Oh,
for?
fuck me.
No.
That was for how many magic items you got. You got 3.
How many? Oh, they were all potions.
They were all potions. Yeah.
Ah, a
Weirdly enough.
D20. Cool. Go
Yep.
for it. I mean, this character is only... That's a 2. I rolled over in that 20. Yeah, this character's only in it for like 1
fun.
or 2 more seconds.
You know what, Chris? I'm going to use my inspiration from last time. I want something better than a 2. Oh, eat my ass.
It's better than a 2! It is better than a 2!
Wait, so I rolled a 2 immediately after you got a 2?
Yep.
Alright, okay. I'll take the 2.
I'm going to go sulk in the corner for a little second.
Honestly,
You
the
got some
point,
diamonds, Gwen.
you are drawn to this underneath all the gold that you spot something a bit more metallic. Oh, it's this beautiful golden myrmidon armor.
More Myrmidon
Get
armor.
another one! That's
Me?
just golden. The last one wasn't golden, was it?
No, don't
Nope.
think so.
This one's a special one because you found it in the Golden Palace.
Nice.
Sorry, was that
You
for
get
me or for Gwen?
That was for the point.
Oh, sorry.
What was the mediocre roll?
Step 1 to rebuilding the professor. Got it.
Pick a gold.
I mean, I love it. I like it. A solid gold iron suit. I'm pleased.
That's
I'm
funny.
pleased.
Throw the hot rod
what
red
was
in there.
that, 3?
Yeah.
2 and a 3.
A 2 for
A
me
stick
and a 3 for
broken.
G.
Hey, it's gonna be a gold stick at least.
Yeah, we find it right
A
next to each
broken
other.
gold stick.
don't know. It's. I mean, below
You
10
find
is
one
always terrible.
golden gargoyle cloak
That sounds fun, actually.
and one golden ochre chain.
I find an ogre chain.
You've got a pimp chain!
Nice. Fun fact: the professor had both of those things. An ogre chain.
Alvina
and
had
gargoyle
one
cloak.
left. Alvina did have one left because she was using as like actual chains mostly, I think.
Hell, it's a simple weapon, right? And I speak giant. It's giant based, and she hates giants. They hate giants.
Yeah, I don't think they'd use it.
I don't know.
don't
You
think
can
they'd
go
use
full Ghost Rider and use fire against fire.
They are spirit of
Become the
vengeance. kind of
devil to
person.
hunt the devil.
Yeah, I mean
He's
they
got a
already
cloak.
do.
It's got a cloak achievement.
I think so.
I'm assuming
Gives
it's just
you
a
a giant.
coloured gold one, right? It's definitely not that one. I was literally just clicked it, and the first one is a fucking legendary item. It's definitely not that.
I mean, don't ruin my day, man. It could be.
I think it's a good item. I just don't think it's a legendary.
Yeah, common.
Yeah.
It is not a achievement.
Okay.
No. Here's the I think
Yes.
cloak should be on somewhere, but I don't know. This one is gold-like instead of clay-like stone appearance. So it's a golden clay-like stone appearance. Has a hood with horns protruding from the top. While you wear it, blah blah blah. You get stealth checks while among stone, or in this case, while among gold and stone. Question mark.
I'd like that if no one else was going to use for it. I actually don't have a cloak.
Just walking around in a golden gargoyle cloak.
Yeah, why not?
I think you're going to
Apparently,
be my backing
adding
singer.
gold
Might
to
as well.
everything makes everything better.
Okay.
And then ogre chain is also common. It's
Is
just
it
a wondrous item, yeah.
Anyway, is the
It
ogre
does not
chain
require proficiency.
Is the ogre chain any different from a normal ogre chain, or is it literally just a painted gold on an actual gold?
It's made of actual gold. It functions essentially the same, but I'll say the personality is a bit more pimp-like.
Yeah.
Someone's got their stream unmuted again.
Testing, 1 2 1 2. Whoever did fixed it.
Nice. Okay. All right, there you go. Those are all the useful stuff. You also just find a bunch of jewels and gems, but I'll roll that later because that's kind of irrelevant to and won't actually help you unless you want to throw gold coins at the guy.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Alvina.
I do have
but
catapult.
You do have catapult.
Well, at that point, I
Ammunition.
think the number of them is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, just a number of coins / gems, etc.
I'm going to make sure I grab at least one gold coin just for the poeticness.
Have you seen
Oh, that's
the,
right. I assume you're shoveling all of it into your fucking bag of holding, but I'll just actually count it later.
into
I've got
both
one
bags
spare.
of holding. Into both bags of holding. Assassin, open wide.
Eat this.
Basically,
That's
yeah.
fair. But yeah, there you go.
large
That's what you get from the loot. As well as, like I said, there's 2 doors that you can potentially enter next to the radiators. There is the golden, what appears to be celestial inscribed artifact thing, and the door leading out of the actual room. What would you like to do? Actually, we're going to take 5 seconds there because I need to go refill water and everything.
Okay, have fun.
So you guys can think about what you want to do and how you want to explore the room and blah, blah. So far, the only traps you found are the 2 golden orbs that seem to have golden armor guardians in them. And we'll be right back after these shenanigans.
And I'll switch to the be right back screen.
Yeah, so Alvina's going to at least have a look at this thing because it might be the artifact that she was told to find.
Yeah, I'm having a look at it as well.
Yeah.
I can read out one of our adverts. Hold on.
Were the doors by the orbs, by the way?
That's the main door. I think the other doors were these things here because it looks like there's gaps in the wall, and I'm assuming this is by I'm assuming that's the radiator. So there's probably like a maintenance room back here, which might have some stuff in it.
Okay,
so Alvina's
just knowing where to look to keep an eye on the doors.
Yeah, Alvina's gonna look at this thing first, and then if she doesn't find it interesting enough, she's gonna use it to remove one of the doors in the way.
Okay.
Brian's just going to be by this corner, keeping an eye on the entire room.
Apart from
And also the best place
you.
to run away.
Oh, apart from the door behind you, you mean?
Where's Gwen?
Fucky's probably...
Gwen's in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, that corner. I think like
Wait,
in the top right corner, best place to run away by jumping out the window.
Look, just
Boom!
constantly popping back and forward. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Fucky's
You want
probably
to
just
know what
sitting
it
there
is?
shoveling gold.
Wait, that's actually a point. I'm gonna have to put on the loot list. Big ass gold anchor.
God.
I can read out one of our adverts if you'd like. While we're waiting for Chris to come back.
If we have had
Well,
Would we like
Go for it.
would we like Revolution, Critical Fit, or Zytec?
Not Revolution.
Critical fit.
Critical Fit. Okay. Hey you! Yes you! Is strength your dump stat? Want to learn the skills to be a battle master? Is your constitution letting you down when it comes to pleasurable evening activities? Then come on down to Critical Fit and with the help of our adventuring staff, turn those critical fails into critical hits. Get chaotic games with our state-of-the-art obstacle gauntlet for those who seek a challenge. Train your acrobatic ability in our kobold-created trap room, or work the bag with our top trainers and feel that big D6 energy. It's just how we roll. Muscle sagging, train with us, and soon you'll be bragging. Sign up today and get Critical Fit. Warning, Critical Fit does not accept responsibility for any loss of life, limb, or mind from the kobold trap room or any part of training. Critical Fit are not liable for damages in the event of maiming from overconfidence or bragging to any creatures or powerful enemies you may encounter. A subsidiary of Brightside Incorporated.
Don't worry, Alvina is not one of the trainers.
No.
Yet, we're working
Yeah.
on bringing her in for a summer consultation.
There, but there are
Freelancers. Pay
posters
your
of
freelancers.
Alvina anywhere, everywhere as advertisement.
Uh-huh.
You could be like this.
Be like,
Or maybe don't be like this.
no, it's like this. There's like a before and after, and there's just some other elf. There's just an ordinary elf, and then there's Alvina.
The ordinary elf is the after.
It's what happens when you stop working out.
Yeah.
It's a
Before the
warning.
trap room, after the trap room.
Chris, back. Please start. Okay.
Do you want to know what this is then?
Yeah, we need to know what the carpet is as well.
If you're wanting to spend a minute doing identify on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do any of us
perfect.
have detect magic first?
I don't need a minute.
Tell you what, I'm going to use my. What's it called?
Is that one of Lou Grimm's
Divine
invocations?
Divine Sense.
That's actually a good question. One of you guys check, can you guys look at Lugrim's character sheet?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a detect magic at will one. I don't know
Yeah.
if they picked it though.
Probably not, but
It's one of the really good ones, honestly. But it's
Yeah.
like a really niche one as well. So
Yeah, I just don't want us to cast identify on something and just go, yeah, it's a regular carpet.
Oh,
I assumed it was at the statues Zombie was thinking of. But the
I can do
carpet-
it to the carpet as well without worrying about anything.
Sure. Wait, we're almost certain the carpet is just a carpet because we didn't ping it as important. But there's a chance.
Yeah.
I can-
If nothing else, we can certainly use a carpet because you just have to be creative. Any carpet is a flying carpet if you throw
Yeah.
it hard enough.
So it'll just make the saddle a little bit easier to sit on.
Actually, we
makes
could turn it into a saddle for Gregor.
there
We
are
could turn it into a saddle
two.
for Gregor.
Yeah, there's two Lou Grimms in the Alterra campaign.
Well, shit.
One is Spooky Neil Tomb. One is Raya the Sneaky.
Which one's the level 9 one?
The Raya the Sneaky one. So I'm assuming that's Neil's actual character sheet that he's been using.
Lovely.
Probably.
Assume it's
no.
that one.
I am back.
We're just
Welcome
checking if Lou Grim has detect magic at will.
Armor Shadows, Eldritch Spear, Devil's Sight, Agonizing Blast. No.
No, fair enough. How about it, Zombie?
Oh, let's see if the
He doesn't need armor of shadows. He's wearing armor right now. He could have swapped it.
Mm-hmm.
Armor of Shadows is Armor of Agathis at will, though, which is the extra hit
No,
points.
it's not. It's mage armor.
Yeah, it's the Mage Armor one.
Why? Actually, no, they're not wearing armor anymore.
oh,
They took it off because they've got the braces defense.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Then
Kazome got their slot
right,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's
they've
true.
got the studded armor
So
off. Yeah.
the braces defense gives them actually, like, with mage armor and whatever their dex is, which I don't think their dex is awful. They've actually got a pretty okay AC now.
No, their dex is average.
10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's got an AC of 15, which is way better than the armor.
Using
They're 15 in mage armor with braces defense on. Whether it be 13 otherwise.
No, that's why he's not immune. Oh, he's not currently attuned to the brace of defense, so.
He did it on the long rest. He said he did.
Yeah, but on his sheet he's not.
He's just not writing it in.
Yeah.
Oh, Neil is not very good at doing those things.
That would only take his
Warm.
AC to 13.
He's got, if he equips mage armor at the same time. Mage armor puts him to 13 base.
Yeah.
And then he gets +2 from the brace of defense.
And then he's also got his cloak protection as well.
Oh, he's got cloak protection, so 16. That's the same as chainmail.
Well, I will use an action to see if this has actually got any Arcanite to it.
So hilariously as tough as Alvina's abs. Yeah, go for it. Is there Arcanite in this thing? And Alvina's going to be looking at it to determine if this is the weird artifact that she was told about.
1 second, I'm not actually on the map you guys are, because I'm prepping something.
Yeah. We're looking at the Isaac Buddha head thing.
Yeah, you're gonna go here.
I still think it's a penguin. It's a penguin looking up.
It's a fucked up penguin. Oh, actually looks kind of like Plume from Fairy Tale, but yellow, actually.
I've got the pointy nose.
The coin, no, you see the nose is like that black smudge.
Yeah, I see what you mean with Plu, yeah.
Yeah.
As you scan it with your Arca Index, you do not detect any large sources of Arcanite in the object, or in at least large in the room. You get a little bit of a ping off of the Guardians, or at least the Guardian hubs.
As a closest thing within 1,000 feet.
No, there's something extra I was get to. You don't detect any large in the room. However, you do detect a massive amount of Arcanite above you. Trying to just get direction. Yeah, above you and slightly south.
It was slightly south. Which
Just
level
like
of the tower was this?
you are in the second level.
The second level?
The middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, to say at least this has no Arcanite really in it. And the bigger source of Arcanite is above us.
Above us? What was directly above? The third floor was the room I couldn't see into, right?
It was half taken up by the open plan garden with like the gold kind of flower walls coming up, as well as there's a chunk off the tower that doesn't have any walls into it, which presumably has the stairs downwards, but seemingly is kind of like an attic room without a window.
Okay.
Sorry, from the dimensions you could see.
Yeah.
From the outside.
That'd be the room I couldn't. One of the rooms I couldn't look into, at least. Because the floor below us was where the sister is, right?
No, the sister is on the rooftop garden hut.
Rooftop garden hut. Okay.
It's a little like there's a tiny little tower in the garden that goes off into like a little
Oh, I thought
room.
we were in that tower. Apologies.
Oh,
no, that's like a little mini tower on the tower.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
Tower
for some reason,
two.
I'm misremembering from last week. It's been a while and I've been very ill that whole time.
Yeah, that's fair.
I forgot. I thought his room was on the level 2 of that tower, essentially.
Fair.
Okay, so
do you think your pass wall would get us through this roof into the next floor?
what's the floor made of?
Well, probably, but we'll then
They sandwich some Titan muscle in between the floors to use as like a floor ceiling,
Okay.
just because it's sturdier.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's not something you're like. It's not very strong wood that I could jump hard enough at the ceiling and shatter it.
No, it'd be the equivalent of steel.
So I can probably make a hole in that, but we don't know what's up there to look at the hole, and we'd still have to get through it.
Well, should we investigate the last room here, then worry about it? Because we haven't checked through that door, and I point at this, what I'm assuming is a door.
There's 2 doors to either side of this radiator.
Yeah, we haven't checked there.
Well, I don't. Was there any pings of Arcanite towards those ones?
No.
It's not Arcanite doesn't mean it's not magic or weird or
Hope you know,
dangerous.
I'm imagining Alvina just kind of leaping across the bed and like bouncing on it a couple
Yeah,
times.
pretty much.
Can they just be stairs upwards?
Also, it could be stairs. I'd be very.
I mean,
convenient.
not to go for the most sensible option, but couldn't it just be stairs?
It might be stairs. It might be dangerous stairs. I tried the door.
You do so. It's a sliding door.
Ooh.
It's pretty large. It's giant sized. It's these giant 2 gargantuan panels, but with your strength, you're able to easily slide it across. And you come in to a room filled with wardrobes. One of the doors being open, and you see this giant sized, just kind of silken gowns and golden lace and all kinds of fine fabrics that you'd imagine a great sultan to wear.
I want all of them.
Kiki,
I found a
Yeah,
walk-in
Kiki.
closet. Point.
Kiki
Yep,
says one word.
I am.
Heaven.
Yeah. So,
I assume I've spent enough time with the point to go. Point. I
Yep.
found your room.
yeah. So I assume I was like hiding behind some cushions as Alvina opened the door just in case there were people back there, but he's up and he's running in. Just
Oh, there's the point done for a while.
Yeah.
Let's check the other
cleaning
door.
up the fabric. I know we're in a rush, so he'll just grab 1 or 2
Yeah.
or 3.
Alvina will be very
Right back.
knowledgeable, probably, of the point's gonna just loot that room better than Alvina.
There are
So
hundreds of outfits here, each of incredible quality and richness.
I'm
Do any
gonna.
of them have
Okay, my thought
diamantes
is they're
or
all too
diamonds
big
sewn
for me
into them?
anyway, so
Nothing significant. They would have smaller diamonds, just kind of like almost like sequins, but like the size of not quite your palm sized. Like
not the size of
like
a child's
thumbnail.
palm, like a child's palm, essentially.
Yeah.
Thumbnail. That's
So they're bigger
still
than
a
they're bigger than
diamond.
sequins.
Yeah, that's
They're
like a legit.
giant sequins, effectively.
Yeah, like a normal sequin can be about that size.
But Alvina, as you open the second door, you find another walk-in closet with more finery.
Right, I found another one.
I'm walking
This guy
up.
has
Go.
2 walk-in closets of the finest silks.
are we sure you want to kill him? He seems quite nice.
I mean, remember, point. If we kill him, you get all of this.
Let's kill him.
I mean, it's got to be said, this is the only king, and he doesn't have an ensuite. Isn't that kind of weird?
Does he go to the bathroom?
Is there stuff down
Well,
here?
look at the other onis. Hmm?
Akuma and Zami just roll their eyes and move on without answering you.
That's what I assumed the answer would be.
Okay, so because I'll say I'm going to grab as many of these as I can in quit and just stuff in my bag. Should I just put in many silk robes?
Many giant silk robes. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I've just remembered something. That could actually be really handy. Keep note of that. They're legitimate silk, right?
Yes.
Cool. If you make silk wet, it can bend steel.
I would like to eat some of the silk robes.
You do so.
Just
May
wait.
I-
Oh, wait a minute.
Using
That's how-
using using my
That's
knife, can I cut this sort of? I imagine it's like the sort of bodice is covered in the diamond because Revivify is 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds, not a single diamond. So I'd like to cut as many of the robes that do have diamonds
Fair enough.
on them.
Give me a
and
sleight
take
of hand
those.
check. Let's see how long it takes you.
Sleight of hand. Okay. Rogie. Let's do it.
Whilst
Probably
they're
just
doing that,
plugging off and just investigating rest of the room, really.
Well,
Then we have-
Oh, that's great. 27.
Damn.
It's so almost rolled for
Yes,
that
James.
one though.
Sorry, yes, Bob.
whilst they're doing that, I'm walking up the wall. Also, still got spider climb and listening to a of room to see if I can tell what's going on up there.
Okay, internally, right? You're not going out to the gargoyles. You're climbing up
No,
the interior
I've
walls.
got spider
Oh,
climb, so
yeah,
I'm just walking
that's fine.
up
Just wanted to
inside.
Give me a perception check once you get up there.
Good call. Good call. How tall is this room, by the way, just out of curiosity?
What did I make these? He's both 15 feet tall. He wants a bit of room. They're probably about 25 to 30 feet tall.
I'm about to say 30 sounds fair then. Yeah. Fair enough.
For Sid, you masterful craft. You're just slicing you're just running down the like sequin cloves and just slicing all the diamonds off
Mm.
To point
as
the
they
coin
just
in horror.
all fall to it, and you get so much diamond. I'm gonna say you get
Please
oh
roll.
god, 20 fucking 7.
Please roll like
Yeah.
a D100 to see how many diamonds I get like a 1.
No, it's based on
Don't
how
tempt me,
I
Wolfie.
All of them were glass apart from 1.
one.
Mm.
All Diamante. No real diamonds.
If I get 270 gold worth of diamonds, I'd be happy with that. Because we're only
Fair,
30 gold
actually,
pieces
yeah.
off of Revivify.
You get 1,200 gold of diamonds.
Okay.
Um,
Those all go in someone's bag of holding because that shit's heavy and I can't carry it all because I'm a weak.
Actually, gems are weightless for the
Yeah.
purposes of encumbrance.
Well, great. Look at that. I can carry them all.
Ideal for transport.
I will keep them so that I can revivify commoners when I get back to the rebellion.
You just have like a money stack of diamonds.
If you get back to the rebellion.
Yeah.
I'll say I give half to Gwent at present. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. I can't carry any of this shit. I don't have revivify yet. I'll give you 900 gold pieces worth of diamonds. Ooh.
I'm destinying that. Give it another.
For the perception, yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Ow! That's cold.
Oh, it is. That's the heating unit, so man.
No,
The
initial
Kenku-
9 was just cold to his ears.
Gwent, the Kenku feathered hand goes on your shoulder, Gwent, and says, "Savior,"
Jesus.
and then they move on.
Savior.
They only
Zormir,
say one
give
word
me
at a time.
D3.
I mean, you can say multiple words at a time. It's just different, like.
Different
No, they
tones and
just-
pitches is the normal one. But if this is personality of this particular
This, yeah.
thing, I'm assuming.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Single
Zormir,
words
roll me
only,
a
I've got.
D3.
There is
Come
a
on, Zormir,
sadness
get a
behind their
3.
eyes.
Got a
As if of
23.
law.
No, roll a D3.
No, roll me a
roll.
D3.
Oh,
You succeed. Roll me a D3 for the random check.
alright.
You've got you like
Black
listening to
R,
the
D3.
fridge or something, or the TV,
3.
right?
Noise.
Uh,
You hear 3 guards.
you hear the soft sounds just because it's traveling through so much, but you can just about hear something above you, as it sounds like, I don't know, somebody boxing up there or somebody kind of punching into slabs of meat. But occasionally you hear this gruff
Are they shouting Adrian?
Like a certain
no,
grunting sound
they're grunting. That's the word I was looking for.
of people
this-
exercising.
This large kind of grunting sound that sounds not giant like it almost has a common dialect to it. But occasionally you hear other larger voices saying something intimidatingly or with aggression in Giant. Do you understand Giant?
Nope.
Then you're unable to make out the words being said, but there's definitely something going on above you.
Interesting. I've actually got a thing. I think if it's commonish or like a humanoid dialect, it might be where they've got the rebellion people.
I shrug up at Zormir and go, "What?"
There's
Find anything cool up there?
some kind of commotion up here. Something that speaks in common, I think.
Common?
I couldn't make any words out, but then a lot of beating. Maybe they're trying to extract information from
So
people.
it's a torture chamber or a gladiatorial combat area. Got it.
I speak giant. Can I get on Zam, my chameleon, and crawl up to the ceiling and try and hear and translate for the people, the giant?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Guidance.
I've got. Oh. Do I have? Can Zam give? Let me see. Do they have perception? Zam has perception, and also blind sight. So can I have? Do I get advantage
Where are you?
with my
Which
my
one's
mount
Zam?
helping?
Zam's
Zam is
their
my-
found steed.
No, no,
so
your mount. How? Explain to me how your mount helps you.
By listening, also they have
They-
proficiency in stealth and perception.
They can talk to them in their brain. They actually can do that. That is a found
What?
steed thing.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
that
your, mount,
much.
has your mount got sentience intelligence to it?
It is, yeah.
Yes, it's got an intelligence of 6, a strength, dex, con, wisdom, charisma is below 5,
Fascinating.
but everything else is above 10 except for intelligence,
A
which is
found
6.
steed is essentially a fey, fiend, or a celestial that has taken
It's a
the
fey.
form of their pet because they feel like it, more or less.
Yeah.
It's genuinely the rule. It's
Then yeah,
got-
apparently it has enough consciousness to listen. Wait, does it speak giant?
I
it's
understand
one language that you speak, I believe.
See, I
There-
imagine that would be common.
Yeah.
it.
I believe its rule is it understands one language. It doesn't get all of them. I think Greater might get all of them, but the basic one I think only gets one.
I'll roll a d4 as well for guidance. So 15 plus. Roll that triangle.
No
Plus
fight.
2,
It's one of my
17.
favorite spells in the game.
That's 17 for me.
But if you're just
Big
listening
year.
for the giant has a lower DC for things.
Just so I can translate for these guys.
Yeah, one language.
Let's see, we're relating to the been...
Do I get to change the language? That's a question.
If you make a new steed, I think. Like, you have to kill this one, like, completely, and then
Mhm.
bind with a new one.
There you go.
I would say it definitely understands giant then, because this was a stealth mission for giants. So this particular branch of it understands giant for this exact purpose, I would say.
Sure, I'll allow that. You had no reason really to listen on the commoners.
Yeah.
Or the peasants. Yeah, fair enough, you can have advantage. But either way, you succeed for the giants, so I'll give you the giant stuff. As you hear kind of in a mocking tone, so ready to talk yet? You sure are the silent one, but if anything, that just makes this more fun. Well, now, the boss said not to kill them outright. Definitely working for someone. Don't have the intelligence to pull this off by themselves. I'll get answers out of him. Don't you worry. Now tell me, where did you get the trolls? Where did you get the trolls? Who are you working for?
I
Is this
say
a
to
plot
them,
by the Grove? Speak, you rodent! And it goes on some time for that.
Noids, questioning, trolls, rebellion, savior.
Anyone
I
understand
look at
that?
Giant.
I think it's Kengu for its noids up there being questioned.
Okay.
The trolls,
know.
maybe?
Oh.
By trolls or about trolls, something like that.
It could be by
About-
trolls. That's
Or it
very
could
fair.
be
Probably
also be the
about
trolls you
trolls
threw.
since, you release some trolls.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
Oh! It still could be by trolls. Trolls could be asking why there are other trolls here.
I assume they would call them trolls then, like our brothers or something.
I don't know. I don't know if they like each other.
I mean, a troll's really that smart.
Also, these ones were kind of rabid that we threw.
Yeah. They weren't that smart.
Also, what's this weird
Torture.
dustbin?
What?
Yeah, well, don't worry, we're going to help them. What was this weird dustbin thing that I'm looking at currently?
That's weird. Dustbin.
It's actually just a bin. Okay.
Oh, that's a potted plant.
I'm taking another potted plant. I collect them. I've had a bunch of them now.
Of course you do.
How are you going to
Plants.
carry that?
Strap it to my back with most of the other stuff I've got.
Bigger than you.
It's never stopped me before. It's a plant.
And what's your carry weight at now?
How much does it weigh?
It's a giant potted plant.
Quite hefty for the rooting system for a potted plant. That's
Made of ceramic. It's pretty heavy.
Ceramic. I don't want them.
I mean, no.
Speaking as a gardener, something that size, the amount of soil in there, yeah, that's going to be heavy.
Oh, it doesn't need the soil. It doesn't need to survive.
The Celestial was a dryad.
In fairness, it could be a fake plant.
Yeah, he could be a fake.
I mean, I don't see him taking care of plants.
Hey, Emmy is surviving quite well.
No, not you, the king.
To be fair, at this point, you look around, remembering Emmy, and notice Emmy is no longer on Alvina. The thing has crawled up onto the little bookcase with one vine just pointing to the golden celestial statue, and the other vine just kind of like face palming itself.
What was that?
I'll wander back over to that because I was going to go and have a look at it next.
Yeah. I looked at it and I didn't get a response, so I went, okay, I guess it's not it.
Yeah, why's your plant want the golden thing?
Because I was distracted.
Fair. Oh,
While you guys are doing this, Akuma, you just kind of hear Akuma kind of like trying to grab your all attention, and just kind of like moving his hands towards the door out, just being like questioning, like, what the hell are you doing? Come on, are we going? Are you done looting the place? Let's go kill the king.
Okay. How big is the statue, and can we actually move it around?
It was about 10 feet tall. It's a large statue. It's almost like a totem pole size thing.
Yeah, we could move it, but not efficiently.
Got it. Go ahead and give me a strength check if you just want to like try and see what the initial weight is.
Yeah, I'll see just how hefty it is.
I mean, if it's made out of solid gold, pretty heavy.
You actually find it's really hard to get like a purchase on it. It's so round and large. You actually are struggling to kind of like hug bear it, and you kind of try and lift it, but it kind of goes at a slight angle and it hits against the cupboard, which kind of adds weight to it, and you actually believe it's quite heavy.
Got it, Emmy. We know it's here now. We'll come back for it because we can't move.
Yeah, that's an after the quest kind of grabbing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also,
like the pot plant.
Yeah. But the things we know it's there now.
Half expect you all just to move in at this point.
Yeah, puts a note on minimap. Go back here.
Yeah.
Quest
weird.
updated.
I'll actually put that in my legit notes. Celestial artifact is weird Isaac Buddha.
Fuck you's gonna ask Sid something. What's your Kenku's name? Kiki.
Kiki. Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, the thing that was being tortured, was it like a halfling?
Shrugs.
Okay. Did you hear them at all?
Shakes head.
All right.
Giant.
Is this another door, by the way, or a window?
It's the door out.
That's the door out? Okay. Stay
Yeah,
the fuck
fortunately.
away from the giant murder pumpkins.
Yeah,
How tall are the bookshelves?
About 15 feet tall in the like 25, 30 feet room.
If you want the mask, I'll get it for you.
I want the mask.
Okay, I'll grab the mask for the point. I can literally jump 20 feet into the air with a standing leap. So...
Yeah, you get it. You kind of thingy it off. It's a little bit heavy just because it's a mask of solid gold. Except it for a giant's face.
Yeah. Here you go, plate. I hand you like a plate.
Right.
It's like I just handed you a plate.
Imagine like slightly a little bit larger than a plate, almost like a giant sombrero hat, but heavy.
Mhm.
Okay,
You got a giant sombrero hat mask.
I'm gonna
okay,
ask.
it's going in my bag.
It is your bag.
Wait,
Yeah,
which bag?
actually, a good point. I don't have a bag of holding.
Because I actually don't think it fits in the bag of holding because it's too much of a diameter.
Oh, I've got an idea. Point.
Can I strap it to
Hold
my
still.
back as a shield?
That's what I was gonna
Yes.
do. Point, hold still. I'm just gonna tie it to you.
I was
You're
gonna say,
terrible.
otherwise I could eat it.
Can I ask
I
Azami?
Might
I could
kill
eat
We're
that.
still refined to the limitations of the bag of holding entrance policy.
Yeah, it might
No,
actually kill you.
that's okay. I'll accept that for a really good hat.
I want to ask Azami something before we leave.
All right, you do so.
Uh, do you think they would react if I scanned it?
The I don't think they would. I I researched how they were made, but they were actually before my time. It was our mother who was part of the team that made them.
It might give me a better idea of what we're dealing with.
From my understanding, I'm pretty sure they only interact with either being touched or I think the king has a special command word they can say to activate them.
Well, I'm
And word you say?
I
Def-
think like I said, this is he's tried to a lot of the people who originally worked of it unfortunately died in an accident.
well,
Who has
definitely.
that
Mm,
nuke
yeah,
spell again?
Possibly Neil. I don't know.
But
The silence,
let's
basically.
take this conversation a little bit away. This,
Yeah.
if my geography is correct, this door should lead out into the pleasure den.
Will there be
Okay.
anyone in there? Probably.
Pleasure den. Pleasure den's a different room.
Oh, it's a different one. Is this like the one with the the ping pong table?
No, this is the one where the king lounges about between his main rooms.
Oh, it's his other lounge room. Got it.
In theory, if he's holding council or even just resting, assuming he's not in the pleasure room, he'll be in there. So he could be through this door.
Got it. And Albin just draws us. So.
But you want to scan it? How are you scanning it?
I pull out the witness thing and index of the witness and scan it.
I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, something new.
Do so. Technically, it all counts as one object, so give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, it's not a 0.
Yeah. It's not an 8,
No,
I think
it's
is the important thing for yours.
Just double checking what they have actually said the index gives you. It can locate. It can also identify. No, it's technically an arcane creature. It's not an item, but I'll give you something. Well, technically the orb is an item, since it's part of it. The orb is effectively a regeneration chamber for gold arcanite golems, or I guess gold golems.
It's a heal pod for them. Understood.
Yeah, it's effectively where they go to rest and recharge.
Yeah.
It draws in natural evocation energies and converts it into energy to fuel and repair the gold golems, or the golden guardians, as they're officially called. You know that they are currently occupied and active, and that there appears to be a golden golem inside. The golden golem, like with any other golem, has a arcanite heart effectively to bring it to life and animate it. And is quite a powerful creation. I believe it's slightly more powerful even than what's the highest one? It's not stone. It's
Iron's the big one.
is iron
No,
the big one?
there's
Iron's the big one in 5e. It's like a CR18 or something like that.
Iron Golem.
Iron golems are big and nasty.
It's CR16.
Yeah, they're really brutal. Iron golems are terrifying because they're almost
There's one above
indestructible.
You know, it's less powerful than an iron golem, but a gold golem has regenerative properties.
Makes sense.
So
Gold is
it's
softer than iron, but it's still very
yeah, it
solid.
doesn't. While it has less hit points and does less damage, it also regenerates more. So in like a smaller attrition fight, it actually wins out.
Does it have Can you tell, because all the golems have some weird thing which heals them? Do you get any indication on that, or do these just heal passively and not actually have something like that?
With an 11, unfortunately, you do not get any special properties.
Worth a try.
You just get the kind of relative vibe off them. So they are probably somewhere around CR 13-ish.
Certainly nasty enough.
Yeah, they're powerful, especially in numbers, and if you can't thingy them down quick enough,
Yeah, they'll keep getting better. So long.
they'll keep healing.
Yeah, focus them down basically if we do need to get into a scrap with them, like nuke the fucker.
Amber golems.
They're really cool. I like these this idea for a creature. They're really cool. I'm gonna regret saying that as soon as like he activates like 6 of them in the room at the same time as us, but at the moment they're really cool. So I've got a great mental picture of what I think they look like, and I'm happy.
So
There's a silver golem.
they regenerate from the looks of it, and they're fairly tough, but not so damaging as iron.
I mean, they're made of gold. Gold's softer than iron.
Hmm.
They're still
Crap.
nasty enough, though. It's a golem.
Yes, and the fact that they heal somehow. I don't know how, but
Magic.
they're healing right now in those pods.
Oh,
Is
if
there
they
a way
need...
to push? Is there a way to push some sort of wardrobe or something in front of these things so that if battle commences, they don't get out?
It's a
I look around for
golem.
that.
What's gonna
Yeah,
stop it?
I don't think it would matter. They've still got decent strength.
A
More
golem can
importantly,
smash through a solid wall like it's paper.
they were deliberately created
Oh, he was a golem.
from what I know, and it's why they're so deadly. Is they're created with converter matrices.
Hmm.
What's a converter matrix?
Well, because they're so malleable, what they do, and we've actually not like I've only heard about rumors like this. We've never actually seen the Golem King use them in the last couple decades. But apparently before my time with the older generation,
Can I
when
make
when
a
he
guess here? That they
yeah, go
can
for it.
squeeze through any object by becoming thinner or less dense, and like just squeezing through small cracks.
No, not exactly. Something similar, but they actually, if they get their hands on you, they can kind of stain you or infect you in a way, with the gold particles, and they can effectively cut off any self regeneration.
Wow.
So
Ooh.
I was half
uh,
expecting you to say that they could take us over. I know Gold Arcanite is a living
well,
Arcanite.
to be fair, that's just what gives them their animated and healing properties. They can absorb the natural energies and convert it into life. But they can also effectively steal regeneration abilities, and for creature, one of the only strength is that our ability to heal quickly. So cutting that off and they're still being able to heal changes the fight.
Gotcha. They're anti-healing things, monsters, so they're good at making sure there's no rebellions. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh
That's
yeah,
nasty.
they're effectively the royal guard.
Yeah, it's nasty. Okay. So we're going through this door. Sid, why are you so tiny?
Sid, why are you so tiny? Did you drink the potion of diminutive?
Hurry up.
Oh. Sid, you've stretched really far.
Hmm.
I mean, if everyone's ready, like I said, the king could be on the other side. What, do we have a game plan? Are there any preparations you need to make?
Oh, yeah, I do.
We kill him.
I go behind a couch and come back as a water genasi.
No, we kill him.
Okay, remember, no matter what he says, he will try and once he realizes he's outclassed, kind of weasel his way out of this. But also
He's one of them.
don't underestimate him. He reunited the Oni clans in Titan Guts over a century ago, and he's ruled with an iron fist since. He won by conquest and by defeating the other clan chiefs.
He's an old, trained veteran, basically, so he's good. Even if he's not
And
as good as he used to be, you seem to say. Like, he was the most powerful, now he's a bit but he's still
yeah,
powerful,
he
right?
spent decades just lazing around in luxury, and he might look like he's no longer in fitting shape, but that's a deception. There's a deceptive strength under there.
So he's one of those ones that's bulked out, but they're still mostly muscle. Gotcha.
Yes,
Brian
yes,
Blessed.
fat sack of shit, and he can still punch. So punch
That-
harder.
Gotcha.
So,
we
who-
doing this?
Blessed.
We ready?
so who's going in first?
Who do you think?
Well, I was
Oh,
thinking we'd crack the door and see if we could grab a peek first.
Yeah, I'll do that. I
Yeah,
slide the door
if,
very slightly.
if your prime can see through the crack in the door, he can teleport us right to on top of the Oni King, and we could fall on him from above and attack from above and paint the walls with his blood.
Is that
Sound
kind of
good?
looks between you and the prime? Do you have anything that would make him more stealthy? Kind of looks over to the prime, just kind of staring there with a blank expression.
Wait a minute.
They follow instructions, but they're not exactly quiet.
Wait a minute. All it needs is a direct line of sight through there. Step back and look through it. It doesn't need to be close to be able to see through the door hole.
I've got an idea. We could stitch together some cushions and attach them with rope to his feet. Yeah.
I actually like that idea more. The door opens in the center, so if I'm really quiet and I crack it open, in theory the prime could see through.
Yeah.
That's not. But could we get the hydras further away from the door? They're not exactly quiet.
Yeah. Does he?
You see the hydras just munching on the carpets.
As soon as Alvina would definitely toss something.
Oh, so
I'm imagining.
they are munching on the rugs, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm imagining like the floor rug that like leads into a room. They're just eating it like a big bit of tagliatelle.
Ah, yeah.
Oh no! Don't do that. Oh, that's not so
Yeah,
good.
no, you just gotta let them do it.
Yeah, there's chicken in those rugs, remember?
Yeah.
Let's open up a little.
Yeah, crack the door slightly. Alvina will be helping crack the door very quietly.
Whoever is helping, go ahead and give me. Well, this will be a too many cooks, so at least 2 of the party, or maximum 2 of the party, can help.
Yeah.
Who would like to volunteer?
Who's got the best stealth?
Doesn't have to be up to 2.
I'm pretty good, but in this form I'm kind of clumsy.
Gwen's pretty good at stealth.
Yeah, Gwent's got a good one. Alvina's got high dex. She doesn't actually have stealth, but she's got good
I think
dex.
Assas in said me.
I've got +11 in stealth.
What's Assas in stealth?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Is it higher than the paladin? Just out of interest.
I feel like
higher than the paladin.
I feel like that's a genuine question of the parties. Like, how stealthy are you? Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Unfortunately, the only 2 don't actually have stealth.
Yeah,
I am not that stealthy. I am only +3 stealthy.
Yeah, you're same as Alvina, to be fair.
Alright,
Alvina weirdly enough has advantage in most things, but that doesn't work in this case, I'm assuming.
Whoever had the 2 highest stealths, go ahead and whoever had the highest stealth, go ahead and roll stealth with advantage from the help with the person with the 2nd highest stealth.
That's 9.
+11 for me.
I'm +7.
Damn, so I considered +11, like.
Nice.
Their new form, the water genasi, sort of comes forward and immediately bangs their knee off of that couch there. Moves out of the way.
Alvina picks up the couch. Because he can move past it.
It's a little clean couch compared to everything else.
Oh, it rolled over. 29. Wait, no. What?
Yeah, you
What
got
was that?
Yeah, 29.
Holy fuck, okay.
I'm only seeing 14 though there.
Is
Well,
it
I'm
this?
just saying 90. Not for me.
14 to 29 is what it says because you got advantage. So.
Oh, okay.
It worked.
Apparently they can't see the second square.
They style out the tripping on the couch because their personality flaw is clumsy. Moves forwards. Their blue-green wavy hair sort of blowing in the wind, and they sort of land right by and shoulder jams against the door jamb, and they look through and give a nod and a thumbs up.
That's because you don't know his name yet.
Just like that his name is Large Oni Brew. That's just amazing to me.
Or Lob for short.
But as you successfully crack the door open, not alerting to anyone in the next room, you glance a line of sight into the other room, and decorated in this pure gold Titan plate, as well as just their skin entirely covered in gold ink. There's not a single trace of actual black ink in there. It is just fully diluted gold ink, kind of built on top of itself. So with those with the highest passives can see that there is actually glyphs inside the gold ink, but it is gold ink on gold paint, effectively. So it's incredibly difficult to make out. And the Oni King sitting there with a golden crown, with a little kind of cup holder on the top of it that seems to be missing a part, is just entirely emblazed in gold. Their armor is kind of buckling from the expanding belly. You can kind of see that it's kind of bulked out a little bit and disshaped. And the Oni King is just kind of lounging there, half on his back, half kind of just sitting up in this lounging chair, with just this table filled with this kind of cooked lamb legs.
Lamb chicken.
Lamb chicken legs.
It's finger licking good.
Licking legs.
Yeah, in Rebellion, can't hand
Kingpin
singles.
in gold, but with buckling, kind of breaking armor because he's outgrown it.
Yeah, 100% got that. That is a nice one.
And more importantly,
Robert Baratheon. That's who it is. Robert Baratheon.
Yes, that's exactly.
Actually, yes, Robert Baratheon.
Yeah,
it is because he's also got the demeanor if he just like hunts and eats now.
Thank you. I'm pleased with that.
More importantly, to Zormir, if you're pacifist, you kind of take a little look as well. You notice that kind of propped up against either side of the chair are these two long golden poles similar to the glaives, but on either end is not the gold streaked blades, but the void arcanite propellers. Attached to a stick, he has used 4 of them to make 2 double-edged glaives.
One of those.
As well as the large Oni is standing there with a 3rd glaive with the other 2 void arcanite propellers on either side of it for the remaining 6.
This is his commander, would be my guess, if anything, considering that he's also got this super powerful weapon. That's his second in command.
You hear us like fucking anyone who understands deep speech hears a motherfucker.
I don't even need to understand to know exactly what you said there.
That's one of the only languages I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't need to understand to know exactly what you just said. She spent enough time with Zormir to know that.
Yeah, very rude, honestly. The fact that I'm one of the only ones to understand that is very rude. Feels like you're swearing at me.
Curiosity, Gwen, is that Shield of Faith on you?
Oh, sorry,
Yep.
SSN.
Cool. I thought I'd check.
Still in
basically.
deep speech.
Yeah,
100% on me.
They fucked with my invention, and I'm really pissed off. Because
oh no, that's fair.
He's proud of his work and hates when people mess with it. So yes, he is insanely fucking pissed off right now.
You know, even if you were swearing at me, like, fair enough. I'm insulted, but like, I can't disagree.
It's like, valid, but damn, that hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we see if there's any windows in this room? Just by looking from this door.
Wasn't on the way that I couldn't see into this room.
There are effectively these large cabinets to either side that are blocking off some of your line of sight, especially because the door opens into the room. So you're not able to kind of peer all the way around the door. You'd have to open it further and actually take like a step through if you wanted more of a glance.
Alvina's gonna do a bit of sign language to the rest of the party, and basically she's gonna point at the 2 pumpkins in this room. She's gonna point into the room, and then just do the like zip lips bit, and then point back at them.
I shrug again.
Because one of my plans.
Not follow, but just nods.
Yeah.
Because
basically, if someone has silence, put silence over them, because we got told that they have a voice command. If there's things in that room, mute it.
I mean, what my plan was, if there's any windows out of this room, we are essentially in a palace which is on a rock above a chasm. Yes.
I mean, it's on a rock among like little valleys. I don't know about chasm.
It's on a hillside.
I mean, when we looked down, did it look very far down though?
He can fly.
In that form, he can.
Are you gonna turn him into something?
I mean, out the window, you were a couple hundred feet. I mean, yeah, you're directly over the cliff face. So yes.
Actually, get him.
Cliff on the other side.
Wait. Don't do that on the Oni King.
Do that on the other one.
Do that on the other one, because if nothing else, it gets him the fuck out of the fight. The Oni King might have some countermeasure. The Oni Brute might not, even though they're anti-spell ones, the red ones. So.
I mean, it all depends on if there's windows in this room.
Yeah.
You would have to take a step forward, which, as I was saying, there's a limit to how much your stealth can do in direct line of sight.
Alvina
you would
didn't.
no longer be stealthing at that point.
Yeah.
Alvina didn't see any windows into the room, so she assumes there is.
There's nothing in your direct line of sight. There's a door exactly opposite you, but that is it.
Until we get in
Would you, before we go in, would you allow me, just in case there are fiends within there, would you allow me to use my divine sense, please? Just to see if there's any celestials, fiends, or undead.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're not like immediately charging in. You're taking a peek and like silently, quickly doing stuff. So yeah, you would have time for that. Go for it, since you weren't doing anything else.
Yeah, I can see, can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell. That's hallowed or unhallowed things, or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 foot, not behind total cover. And I also have blind sight to a range of 10 feet, so like echolocation. If there's anything that's invisible within 10 foot of the door.
Does divine sense not do Fey as well?
You'd think, but no.
I think it's the nature one adds Fey as well, I think, actually.
No?
Does it not? I thought the nature one did. I don't know.
Not at all.
To my knowledge, there is none of those 3 categories nearby, and there is nobody within 10 feet of you.
I convey that with the rebellion sort of hand signals. No enemies within 10 foot of door.
Which only Abigail
could rush the door.
Alvina does a casual gauge between how far is the window that Alvina saw through. Actually, no, it was the way in the pumpkins, wasn't it? That Alvina saw through in the room that we're currently in.
Yes, it was on the other side.
Yeah, there's like
9 feet away from you.
I mean, if anything,
we can't polymorph the other guy and pitch him out the window on the other side of this room. That's asking a lot.
The room's like 220, so like 310 feet.
Yeah, that's asking.
I mean, what's Gwent's run speed?
160.
So it'd take you 2.5 turns to do it.
Yeah.
At full tilt. It's possibly asking it a bit much for it not to just shapeshift back partway through.
And kill me on the way. So
exactly.
I'm gonna say a no.
Actually, if
I am gonna do
our only shapeshift.
Oh, they can shapeshift into mist.
Because if they're
they can change size and change into like. I think they can change into mist, right? They did that.
I think the concern there is if they are proficient with shape changing, they might be immune to anything that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just suddenly thought it was when someone said,
thank you.
If they change form.
We we need to find a way to separate the head of the guard from the king, because the king himself will be a challenge. And while he might sit there and watch us fight his guard, he'll be a challenge afterwards. I don't know how involved will he get in a fight. Is he spoiling for a fight, or would he let his champion attack first?
I imagine if he's a conqueror, he hasn't had a scrap for a while, and we're cannon fodder as far as he's concerned, who's just charged in. He'll probably try and beat the shit out of us for a good while he's cocky, and call for the guard at the same time. So
maybe we should, one or two of us should go out there and pretend like we've just robbed the place, and maybe he'll come running, and that'll get them into this room, and where the rest of us can ambush him.
And where there's the 2 giant murder pumpkins with the golems in.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question. Can Stone Giant do that thing it did again to put us in between them?
Yeah, I'd say that's a good bet, honest.
What do you mean?
The teleport
We need to do it soon.
Yeah. With the teleport between them, it literally put all of us who want to be in close quarters right on top of them immediately.
Yes, but that's for note, the large one there is Duiji.
Luigi?
What does he do?
Duiji.
Doji.
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 Dojoey.
Oh,
It's a doggo, got it.
he's the leader of the Red Brutes. He's effectively the
figured that.
general, I guess, in your terminology.
I figured that.
He is loyal to the king, but just in that he gets to do whatever he pretty much wants and joins the king in luxury. But between you and or us, I guess, he is also very self-interested.
So we
So
could get him on side?
maybe not get him inside. I don't think he'd ever raise a hand against the king, but he
Get him to
might.
bugger off.
We might be able to persuade him to stand aside while we test the king's might.
That's not
Does
a bad
anyone
plan.
Try and
does
get into a
anyone have the
win-win situation
message
for him.
cantrip? The message cantrip?
Yes. What
We
do you need
could
it
try
for?
well, we could try messaging that guy and say, we want to kill the king so you can be the king. Try and bluff our way through.
You do realize that if we don't speak giant in a tone that sounds like a giant doing it, he's just gonna go, we're a bunch of random animals, that essentially is saying we're going to kill the mightiest of the Oni.
Look, this is taking too long. Are we killing him or not? I'll kill Juicy myself if I need to.
Oh,
you can't. We specialize in magic. Most of our spells are directly counteracted by him. All right, fine. I'll have one or two of these help me kill him, but then I'll kill him myself.
I would rather prefer that one of you to actually make the final blow, because then we can put one of you two in charge.
Oh,
we weren't going to stay around for this.
So
no,
I don't think
we're taking Izzy and leaving.
Yeah, I was about to say that was the idea.
Then
yeah. Also, we're not putting another giant in charge, so that the Noids can be enslaved even more. We're freeing everyone. That's
fair. That's gonna happen.
The goal.
Unless you're planning on killing every Oni, which, look, you might be tough, little vermin, but you're not that tough.
Stop calling us that. Now,
that was my point of putting
stop
someone
calling
in.
us vermin.
That's my point of putting someone in charge that we know will probably help us free them.
Oh, yeah, if you want somebody in charge who might free them, the king's lazy. Doji is not. If he's in power, he will start a new conquest campaign to confirm his leadership. He will enslave everything. And he'll probably start hunting down Noids and enslaving them as the first sign of his regime.
So what you're telling me that
I'm gonna kill him.
So what you're telling me we do? We do it. We test the Oni King's might, kill the Oni King, and then we kill him when there's only on his own.
I like that idea. I like the killing of the giants. I look directly at the brother at this.
So we
I love
need
the killing of the giants.
also we kind of need all the propellers, and he's got the other two. So how do you propose we do that thing where we test the king's might? Go on with that plan.
I mean,
like that one.
if there is one thing,
issue an official challenge.
There is one thing I can do to try to take one of them out of the fight for the time being.
Is that banishment? Is
Nope.
that my favorite spell?
No.
Oh.
I can try to charm one of them.
I kind of feel like they're going to be resistant to that.
We already tested that.
Oh, if it's the brutes, there's no point. They have defenses against conditions upon them.
Yeah.
You'd have to break all of their conditions.
How did you said we could maybe get him to stand aside as you test the king's might. How?
Well, you'd have to show him that you'd have a chance at defeating the king. If he actually thinks you might be able to defeat the king, he might see it play through. If you strike hard and fast and bloody the king before he has a chance to react.
Gotcha. Okay. Teleport into the room, hit the king with everything we got.
Cool. Fuck you turns into a giant ape.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we going? Do you need to get primed to open the vortex?
Yeah, let's teleport as many of us as we can to right next to the Oni King, and we slap the king with everything we got.
Before we do anything, we're going to go to slow motion here, and I'm going to go around each player to make sure everybody gets a chance to say something. We'll start with Bob. You were trying to say something?
This will be at the last second as we go in. I'm going to just use enlarge reduce on the stone giant and make him bigger.
Oh
shit. Okay.
I think he's immune to that.
Immutable form, yeah.
Yeah, do it to the giant ape.
Fair enough.
Do it to the giant ape.
Whichever one it's going to work on.
It's going to work on. How many attacks does the giant ape have?
It's got 2. I would say do it on Arvina.
Punches, though.
No, wait. The giant ape. Oh, the giant ape's huge. Right? If he's gargantuan, because that's what it improved you to, doesn't it? Then you would be able to grapple the fuck out of them with advantage and have no downsides.
And chuck them at walls.
Yeah,
it'd be proper.
Yeah, golems just can't be shape changed. That's the whole. That's one of the big things is you can't heat metal or any of that kind of ability. Just doesn't work on it.
Yeah, but it's a stone giant. It's not golem.
Pseudo golem.
If the GM says I can make it bigger, I will make it bigger.
No, it's one of the only things he inherits. Go with the monkey plan. I like the monkey plan.
Okay.
Kong!
This is the last second, and I will touch.
Oh, wait a minute. Golems don't work like that. Giant ape. Giant ape. Also, it's very rare you get to see a player as a size gargantuan creature. Come on.
So
I know, yeah. It's just
Okay, so Zormir, is that you? You're enlarging the giant ape?
Yeah, just
it's like the last minute thing. Wolfie, anything you want to say or do before we enact the plan?
Just before we go in, so basically on the turn before we do it, Alvin is raging.
Cool.
Yep, that's fair.
So I can get my bonus attack immediately.
What do I get extra on the large?
D4.
Cool.
And you get a bunch of other things.
Scale well.
So it's more for just the grappling stuff that you'll get as the big stuff.
Yeah, I don't believe there's anything stopping a surprise round. It should be fun. Also, you have time to prep effectively. Fuck you, anything you want to do or say before we enact the plan?
Ook.
Yeah. You get advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, actually. That's the big thing that you get.
Oh, nice.
So you basically get pseudo rage.
Since it's fuck you, can I go next since that my thing relates to him?
Oh, also before I transformed, I would have given Alvino D8.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. I cast Warding Bond since it lasts an hour on fuck you the ape form. Nice. So you gain a +1 bonus to AC and saves, and you have resistance to all damage. So you'll probably take less damage and therefore stay in the giant ape form even longer.
Cool.
Yeah, it makes the Constitution check a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's my turn, and then I draw this strangely sleek-looking, very shiny-looking sword that's slightly curved. That as it emerges, it seems to whisper something in both Fey and Giant, and the two Oni and the Stone Giant seem to shiver. If that, because it's a Giant Slayer. It's a Giant Slayer sword.
Giant Slayer, no.
It's a. I brought a Giant Slayer to this fight.
That makes sense. That's a good character.
Yeah.
They're built to kill giants. They're an infiltration and killing giants mission. They're not going to be around for another 5 seconds. That's my turn, and I ready to literally stab the shit out of the Oni King.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair enough. Gwent.
Okay, well, I've done the Hero's Inspiration, so everyone gets 19 temp hit points. No, sorry, 18 temp hit points.
Everyone.
Apart from
No, 18.
Sid.
What?
I can only do 6 people. You're the new person.
I need more hit points. I'm a
You're the
frontline
new
tank.
person.
I'm a
Unfortunately,
frontline fighter.
So who's getting temp?
everybody apart from Sid.
Fuck you doesn't need it. Big Ape.
Yeah, but now Big Ape
Ape
is
for
more.
longer.
Yeah, Big Ape for all bit, yeah.
Big Ape
Plus,
buffed
you know,
it.
the
Half his
Sid,
damage. I need it.
the 1d8 inspiration to, hit better, the first one. And for that, as soon as they teleport, since I'm 120 feet away, I'm going to guiding bolt the Oni King, so hopefully it hits and somebody gets advantage.
Cool.
Do I get it?
Oh.
Sorry.
Yes, unfortunately, Assassin gets it.
Yeah. How many temp?
Yeah,
Sorry.
how much temp was that?
18.
18.
Yes.
God damn it. What
That's
the
like
fuck?
that's an extra third of my health in temp. So that's very
Yeah.
helpful to me.
It puts Alvina at a very comfortable hit points value for now, so.
Yeah, same with the Giant Ape. He's very comfortable.
I'm at 76.
We can take some licks for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin, is there anything you want to say or do before I get into the plan?
Is there anything that I can do to add some chaos? Like, if the situation happens where for some reason they're prepared or they twig onto the situation far too fast, then is there a way that I can essentially like confuse them? Like a bag of bugs or smoke a bomb or some shit.
Do you have anything like that?
Nothing that comes to mind immediately, but I'll give it some thought. And if it comes up, I'll let
Fair.
you know.
It's in case it was like something I would have found, because I'm a sneaky little shit that's up in shit I should not be up in. So
Yeah,
it's in
that's what
case I'd
I
found
don't-
anything.
I don't think there's anything in the rooms or anything you've gone through yet, but I'll let you know if anything pops into my head.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. That's all I
So
need.
you're done your the point. Anything you want to say or do before we get into the plan?
Quick mechanical question.
Yep.
If I've got a spell which I can cast through an item, but it has a material component that costs, can I cast it if I don't have a material component?
If it's part of the item effect, the item does not require material components, so that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, the
in which
material
case
is the item.
Okay, in which case I summon just the gaudiest robot you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Just rose gold and purple.
Oh,
Summon
why?
construct. I cast summon construct.
Fucking these
Nobot.
resized.
Okay. Looks like a miniature of the Prime.
Oh, don't worry about your mini. I'll put your minis in the map in a second from the other room.
Cool.
So that way I don't have to think anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, everyone's hadn't said their thing. The tear will open in the bedroom.
Yep.
The tear will open in the bedroom in front of you. Those who want to go through it, he's going to open it just on the other side of the kings, within 10 feet of him.
Mm-hmm.
So you can effectively just run through it and be in there. The tear is open until the end of the Void Prime's next turn. So we'll figure that out once we actually roll for initiative.
Can we have the Hydras move into it as well?
Yes, they will have the chance to do that. I've also added the Oni twins as a single NPC entity because they come as a pack. They have been added to your NPCs and your followers and companions. They have 2 support actions. One is a utility general effect that allows them to scout forward while invisible. The other is a combat action which allows them to attack.
Cool.
Okay.
Action.
And they do a bunch of ice knife attacks because that's the staple of the mages.
Nice. Nice. AoE. That's always nice having more AoE.
Void Prime also technically has it, but I've just made his being teleport, and he's still learning how to use his powers, so he's still unlocking his abilities.
Is this other one basically just smash?
Granite camera smash.
Who knows? He hasn't learned how to attack yet. He's still learning how to combat.
Oh, I thought we taught him how to at least punch. Okay.
But not enough to be a attack action. He has yet to like efficiently learn how to attack. Still gotta learn that. He's still a little babby. He's only 2 days old.
Oh, wee babby.
Babby giant.
Wee babby. So let's see here. Is that everyone? And Abigail's still just kind of following behind a little. Seems to just be kind of going with just kind of experiencing it, not quite sure what to say or do, but just like, okay, this is, I'm definitely on my element. Let's I'm just gonna follow you guys and see what I can do.
You're great, Abby.
Open the tear here. Just put your guys in the center. Those who want to go through the tear can keep themselves there and place themselves in the tear. Those who don't want to go through the tear can move themselves to the door. You guys came in from the door. Void Prime is at the doorway because he's going to stay in the room effectively.
Okay.
And as for that, we're going to reveal the rest of the room.
Knew it!
As there appears to be 3 deaf pumpkins, a couple regular only brutes, and Magi's kind of just in the presence.
I love the concept that he, as far as the Oni King, is like suddenly elf on face. Hi!
Fuck you needs
also
resources as well.
Water Genasi on face.
And where did
Fuck, use this in front of me.
what did you go to? Large to huge?
Gargantuan, because
huge
of
to
enlarged.
gargantuan. So 4 squares.
It's a really cool character token. Who did that?
I did.
Oh.
Well, I made
I
made the thing and then
Made the character.
Now I made
Yeah, I know. There's a shout out.
And Gwen, are you running through the portal and then continuing to run, or were you wanting to be near the door?
No, I'm by the door. I can hit from here, 120 feet away.
Yep.
Gwen doesn't. Gwen just needs basically line of sight and can run to our aid at any given moment.
So I assume, but you guys came in from the north, so I was curious why he's at the south.
Could you possibly put a placeholder in for my bot?
I'm gonna use the Gwentmobile for now.
Okay, I'm working on a token as we speak.
How big is the golem?
It's just medium. It's medium.
Okay, there you go. You can have a medium Gwentmobile to control.
Constructs are great.
But yes, the void tear opens and the initial assault party charges through with 2 hydras as Akuma and Izami kind of throw the doors open and step forward of Void Prime just behind the tear, with the point Gwen and Abigail just kind of staying back and letting the vanguard do their thing. With that, everyone roll for initiative. We're going to get the first round.
Yeah!
We're good, depending on how this goes.
I get the paladin smite things.
Smite!
So fuck
Remember to
yous
click
was
on your icon.
16, but I had to roll it as a dex check.
16, I'll just add you manually.
Oh, mate, that's terrible.
I need to roll for the Only King and stuff to see when they lose their surprise
It's
condition.
fine. It's a surprise round.
They do not actually have any sentinel or anything, because they were not expecting someone to have already been into their bedroom.
No one expects the bedroom assault.
Nobody expects the little bad guys.
Yeah.
Nope.
With a giant ape.
With a big ass ape.
The name afterwards.
You know that awesome
The little bad guys with a giant ape.
Let's see. The Only King.
Got a robot. We've got a new robot, a giant ape, 2 hydras, a stone giant golem thing, 2 oni, a centaur, whoever the fuck Alvina is, Sid,
Who knows?
and a cow in armor.
Sid
And a
is
squid.
Sid is in their water genasi form, and her name is Mist or Mistake. She's clumsy.
Mistake!
Yeah, she's clumsy, but a little bit crazy, but lovable. Loves animals. Likes
Just made
painting with
Alvina, but clumsy.
Sorry, didn't realize that was spam.
likes painting with blood, which
Just
is why
made
she's in the
Alvina,
fight
but
with the Oni King.
clumsy.
Yeah, and
That's
I
fair.
love
Is
a bit of
everyone
painting
rolling?
with blood.
God,
likes
the
painting
point
with blood. Actually,
Yeah.
this one was modelled on
Don't have
Crow,
SS
to be
then.
honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say it really do sound
Yeah.
like it modeled
No,
on me.
Yeah, sorry. This one.
Assassin, what's your
Mistake.
initiative?
Watered
Oh,
massive,
yeah,
clumsy,
that's a
likes
good
painting,
point, isn't it?
blood.
What is
A
my
little bit
initiative?
crazy.
Oh, I see you're rolling.
Um,
Lovable. Blue green.
where am
Your
I?
token's down here.
I've already
here
put a
I
manual
am.
one in if you just roll initiative.
Bob.
Badoop.
21!
There I go.
Hooray!
The paladin beat the rogue. What is this?
Okay, you guys have a surprise round. As the door throws open and everyone charges through. Unfortunately, the beginning action is going to be the Void Tear, so Gwent, you're going to have to wait till the first turn to do something, as the group only gets one pre-combat action, effectively.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, wait, 1 second. I'm looking at the point bot. That's quite something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well done.
Which one did you pick, by the way?
Whoa!
Metal.
Metal one. Nice.
Oh, why?
Wow.
Oh.
I
Oh,
have
this
so
is.
many questions. Why?
For those watching the stream, you'll eventually get to meet Point Bot. Don't you worry. One
Yep.
day we'll have
Oh my
beam
gosh.
integration into the stream.
Imagine if Prince was a metal stripper.
Oh, that's
No.
brilliant.
I just
No,
went
no,
into
But
the
Prince was a
Discord.
metal
What the
stripper.
fuck?
It's that, but
God.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
It's a
It
robot.
is.
It's a stand.
Oh my
It
God.
is a stand.
It's got
made
such
us
stand
the point-
energy.
The point's got a stand.
You know
Incredible.
what it is? It's the Professor Star Platinum.
Incredible, yep.
No, this is a Star Platinum. This is Star Pimp. It's Professor Star Pimp,
Professor.
that one.
Professor Star Pimp.
Star Pimp.
I mean, those are some abs.
There are some
Yep.
serious abs.
I
All
mean,
3 of them.
Yeah.
It's got a 3-pack.
It's got one hell of a feedback.
Yeah, and those, whatever you call those things between the abs and the hip bone.
Don't actually know, but they've got.
I mean, I know
No.
the real bad
I
term
don't know.
for them.
As do I. I'm trying to think of the real one. I don't want to say it on
Mm.
screen. Yeah, but you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
Kidney
If you know,
punching
you know.
area. Kidney punching zone.
right.
Okay.
What am I gonna do?
Things.
I'm gonna kill the king.
Okay, I
Also, just realised, could you do me a favour and have the point weird robot a little bit out of 5 feet of the rest of the party? Or at
Real
least
quick,
out of 5 feet of me.
real quick, would we rather the Oni King can't turn invisible, or would we rather him be afraid of me?
He's probably immune to fear.
Probably
And-
means to.
Yeah, not being invisible would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Perfect. I will use that instead then.
So I've just realised the heated body thing is just a passive AoE. And so it's like, no, we
It's
can't
only if you attack it. Sorry.
Oh, ignore that.
His body's only if you attack it.
Oh yeah, but it does it as an AoE, which means if anyone attacks it, it does it.
Not looking at it on D&D Beyond. If you touch it or attack it.
Oh,
while
it's
within
with
5
it. I
feet
thought it was everything within 5
No,
feet.
you have to be within 5 feet for it to
Gotcha. Okay.
impact.
That's not as bad then. I literally thought.
Are
it
we
was-
ready?
You're still allowed to
combat
want to be far away
music.
from it.
So
Yeah.
assuming you're all put your individual combat music on because we don't have music. As the doors swing open and Akuma and Izami step through and point to the Oni King kind of just lazily looks over, a dumbfounded expression and a belch coming out of his stomach. Doji kind of glances over, also confused, as a tear opens behind them and charging out. It's the most bizarre scene an Oni has ever seen in this realm. As Sid, you are
Yeah.
the first to go and have plenty of movement to get to the Oni King through the portal. What would you like to do for the first round and the first turn?
First
Not the
blood.
only
extra.
combat.
I hate extra. Oh, I do have. Oh man, I have. Oh, I have Hunter's Mark as well.
Guess what you
No,
also have? Advantage, because you're within 5 feet of Alvina.
He's also surprised.
And
Well, surprise
Well-
nature doesn't give you advantage on it. It's only been seen attacking from unseen, and you're not unseen.
My
you've got
bonus
Amnesia
action.
of Hunters, so.
My bonus action. I'm gonna branding smite, so my
Yeah.
giant flare radiates with this sort of golden greenish energy. And I sort of run in and do a twist Yoda-like in midair and just despising all extraterrestrials that hate noids, and go in to attack the Oni King twice
With
with
advantage.
advantage. I can cast that bullshit with my Giant Slayer Scimitar. Here we go. Whatcha? +9 to hit. Let's roll. Please be a nat 20. Nat 20! Nat 20!
Yes! Natural 20 smite!
Natural 20 with smite, with everything.
Oh,
Let's
It's
nice.
fucking
baby
do it.
smite, admittedly.
No,
but-
I'm gonna actually use my thingamajigger smite as well.
Isn't that bonus action?
My bonus action to do it, but it doubles anyway.
Oh, did you cast Branding Smite first? Okay.
I cast it first because of the bonus action. So where is it? Come on. It's not rolling. Damn you beyond. What the shit?
This is a pretty good first turn.
There we go. 10 plus 14. Technically, I would re-roll the branding strike damage as well because it's also doubled. So another 2d6. Let me just re-roll that. 1,
Whatever
2.
Giant Slayer damage does.
Roll to everyone. Giant Slayer
How many other
also.
attacks you got?
Giant Slayer does 2d6 as well. It must succeed on a strength save 15 DC or be knocked prone. So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll that,
I guess he's not technically prone. He's still sitting up.
Yeah.
and he takes another 2d6 as well from virtue
Giant
of the
Slayer
crit.
just being a Giant Slayer.
Giant Slayer being a Giant Slayer. Another 2d6. Plus, I'm gonna pour another
By any
second
chance,
level spell.
is this from the spell?
No, that is the
it's-
giant. That's the weapon itself. The Giant
Yeah.
Slayer.
Is he resistant to radiant, by the way? That
Yes.
matters. He is resistant to radiant.
He's gold.
Yes, if it's from the spell.
Smite's not a.
The
Actually,
branding-
Branding Smite fire. Actually.
branding smite is radiant damage.
Oh, is it okay?
So I'll tell you what.
Wrathful is fire. Isn't
A
it?
25 on that strength saving throw.
He's
Okay.
fine.
So he takes only 7 radiant damage. Plus 14 is 21. Plus 9, 30, 35. Here comes the whatchamacallit damage. It would be more radiant. Features and traits. Where is my?
Oh, to know, don't bother halving everything. He's getting half to all of this.
Oh, he's getting half to all of
Continue.
it. 2, 3, 4, doubled to 8 die 8 for the smites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll to everyone. 8 die 8.
I hate that these Oni are resistant to magic weapon.
Ugh, that's a lot of ones. And there are 36. So on my first attack, I do 36, 41, 50, 60, 75, 79 points, halved to 39 points.
Hey, that's still pretty good.
And I attack. He cannot turn invisible though. And I
Yeah.
get to attack again.
Fair. How many attacks you got?
2.
20 to hit.
20 does not hit.
A dirty
Oh, dear.
20 does not hit. Oh boy. Then I will use a destiny point to reroll because we're getting towards the end of the session anyway.
Assassin, you're up next.
That's not one. Never
What do you
mind.
want to do?
Oh, fuck.
Is that your turn, Sid?
That'd be my turn. Yes.
All right, as you manage to get the first nat 20 in the first turn on the first attack.
Yeah.
As you smack in, and even then, you get a hit into the Oni King, but you feel
Oh man.
like almost your weapon bounces off a little bit as the gold painted Titan armor seems to have this kind of magical resilience to it.
Even though it's a giant Slayer sword. Oh
Yeah.
god. I hate
It's the
it.
armor, not the giant, that's resisting it,
No,
essentially.
but still,
He's got
79
plus
points.
armor on, which is why his AC is so hard.
Yeah, it should. I assume it's full
79.
plate with a. It's at least +3 full plate with possibly some other buffs on it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
As I said, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
That was fun.
I would like to summon a tentacle.
Yep, you do so.
Which means I get a free smack when I summon.
We're gonna have a little ogre here.
Advantage as well.
Yeah. So I
Go
get
ahead.
to smack with advantage. How do I do it with advantage? It's shift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it should turn into like a green D20.
Yeah, it's
The
Katara.
Only
for-
King is up next. The Only King will just lose his surprise condition, so he can get his reaction back.
Is that? No, it's not.
Nah,
It's a dirty 20.
no.
2020 unfortunately misses.
He's got at
Unbelievable.
least
Dang.
21, annoyingly.
Is there anything I can do to boost that? I've not used my fate roll this session, so you know what? We're gonna
Go for
do it. Is it
You
one
do have-
singular?
Oh, wait,
One
wait.
singular.
The inspiration still, you have 1d8 from me.
Yeah, Gwen gave out things from the hero stuff, so that's better because I'll actually figure out what
Oh
his AC
yes,
is.
you have a party-wide D8, or I guess each of the 6 people got a D8. So go ahead and roll me
Fair.
a D8.
Yeah. So
I
glad
mean,
I
it
have
doesn't.
that.
It doesn't actually matter because I only need one. So that's a
Right.
28 now.
Exactly. Let's see how high you hit. Yeah, but also it means it kind of obfuscates how high his AC is.
Yeah,
Fair.
we don't know what his AC is. It's just at least
we know-
21.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know a 28 hits.
Thank
Nice.
fuck,
Roll for
considering
damage.
that'd be rolling a 19. with
Do I
those
roll? Do I roll damage with advantage since I had advantage, or is it the
No, it's
damage
flat
normal?
So just tick
Cool.
your
Just checking.
box.
I just make
There
it
you go.
easier for you to actually hit the guy.
11 cold,
Takes the full cold damage.
which is that's the highest I could have done.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And now they are 10 foot slower. Just for
Fair. It might.
Yeah.
It might
It
matter.
doesn't it might matter. So they're 10
Yeah.
foot slower. And obviously I want to keep that in between myself and the Oni in case they want to smack. So that was my bonus action. For my action, is it worth a Hunger of Hadar or anything like that? Anyone feeling anything particularly fun, or should I just do something
Eldritch
simple?
Blast.
Just shoot a bastard, honestly.
Yeah. Cool. Eldritch Blast it is. That's 1. That's
Yeah, this
2. Did either of them
Oh.
hit?
Come on.
Right.
The 22 hit. Actually, no,
Oh,
the 21
20.
and the 22 hit.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
right. It is
okay.
just +3 full plate. For
It
armor.
is. He has exactly 21 AC.
Yeah.
Those on par with
Good to
me.
know.
Oh, so that was 1 force
Less than
damage
me.
and 6 force damage.
He takes 3
7
force
and-
damage for the first
Yep.
attack, and the second one seems to be dissipated before it can do any damage to him.
Boo hiss. And I think that's me.
All right, Only King gets his reaction back, loses his surprise round. For your support round, to essentially unlock them, I'm going to have Ukuma and Azami because I want to do some cool dialogue. Kind of barge in and almost in a Team Rocket synchronization.
Oh my
point
God.
to
For trouble.
the Oni
Make it
King.
double.
You've
Can
caused too
instead
much
of me,
pain. You've enslaved our family. You've forgotten why we followed you. And now the vermin have risen up and they're going to destroy you. Watch as our once powerful king can't even stand against the lowliest of creatures. How
Hey.
weak and pathetic.
I said.
Sid, you're not quite
don't
sure how to
call us
take
lowly.
this.
I don't call us lowly. You.
Shut up, let them do their thing.
I'm dead, I think. I can't
Uh,
speak.
That's right.
But the point is now your turn. Fuki, you're up next.
Okay, I will deploy Merida
Chink chink.
in handheld mode. In handheld mode, and then shoot the king. Make sure. Yeah, the king's within range.
Daddy, you don't get advantage on this. It's only melee attacks.
Okay. Hopefully I clicked the right thing this time. That is
25 to
a
hit.
25
Right.
hit.
I love it. Everyone's like, the suspense as the number hasn't showed up yet.
As you shoot at him,
Oh no.
with almost an unnatural speed, he seems to almost twist his body round to you and places his palm up against Merida. Or actually, close to Merida. Where are you?
Nowhere near.
I'm up by the door. Merida's a gun.
Oh, right. Like quickly, like orients towards you and points his, lifts his palm up towards you. As suddenly this arcane shield spreads across him as he begins casting the shield spell.
I'm
Can someone
going to.
counterspell that?
I can't counter him, but I am going to react and attack him
Oh, Mage Hunter.
because he's casting a spell. Is that okay?
Wait, do you have Mage Slayer?
Pretty sure
That's
I
funny
do.
because they all have Mage
Yeah.
Slayer.
Oh,
Yeah.
do they? Yeah. No. I knew there was only mages, and I'm in melee with him, so advantage.
Yeah.
And you're just attacking him. Is anyone counterspelling him?
Damn, only dirty
As
20.
they-
That doesn't hit.
First circle of power spreads around him.
Boy, it would be good if I had a D8 to add to all of these, Gwen. Wow, that I'm missing. That I'm missing by 1 each time.
I mean, this.
Then unfortunately,
I
his
mean-
AC goes up to 26.
Oh,
Yeah.
Honestly, it's 8 damage. It's fine.
It's not that. It's the fact that it lasts for the round.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I was like, someone please counterspell this.
Yeah, I
You can't, unless
No.
you keep
Yeah,
polymorph.
no, it's fine.
Yeah, and I-
Fine.
I don't even
have
have
counterspell.
counterspell.
Professor was the only
Yeah.
one who could.
Professor is the one who had it.
And they're
Mhm.
dead.
Yeah.
Reminds
They're
me to
dead
take
for now.
counterspell when we level up next time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, see if you
counterspell
survive
is
till the
an
king counts
assassin thing. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is.
The point is that you.
It's now my robot's turn, but
And it
Alright.
physically hit him.
yeah, no, my robot cannot physically hit him.
Well, it could get in that 20,
Well,
so
you-
go ahead and give
yeah,
me a couple
okay.
of attacks.
Stranger
You get
things happen.
advantage on everything at least.
Oh, okay. So
It's any melee attack, regardless, as long as the
okay,
target
so
is within 5
it
feet of
gets
me.
2 attacks. So
Yeah.
this is attack 1.
Nope.
Nope.
Next one.
This
Well,
is
what does
attack
he
2.
add to that?
Not enough.
That doesn't matter.
Not
It could be in
Not
that 20.
enough. My spell ability modifier. So
Not
Fair
enough to
enough.
hit
Is
AC
that you?
26.
no.
Then
Yeah.
we move on to Fukyu.
right. So my plan is either punch the Oni King or throw Doji.
Okay, which of those
Oni
you could do
King.
them both?
Actually, what you
Only
could do,
king.
you could pick up the Oni King and hit him and hit the chair with him.
Mm. You pick up his bed.
Doesn't
yeah,
matter
you
how
knock
good
him
his
down.
AC is if you use him as the weapon.
Hmm.
What
Makes
did
sense,
cheer
it does.
ever do to you?
If you push attack, that'll knock him
You'd have to
prone,
grapple him at least.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
100%.
The chair's done nothing. This is very rude. Her
You
chair.
could toss the guy. You could toss the brute away. That would help.
That's what I was thinking.
Grapple him.
Do I
stop him.
punch the king or throw Doji?
So
I
if
would
you
say
grab,
throw-
if you grab the
Sorry, yeah.
king, you could try like pinning his arms so he can't cast spells or hit us.
Yeah, I can grapple him.
Grapple
Or-
him and
Yeah, but
I would
mechanically
say-
you can grapple him. You can't pin his arms.
You can
say
restrain him as the
throw-
other part of him. You can restrain him as a second attack.
I'd say if you could throw
Right.
Doji out of the window, that would be a great help.
I normally allow it, so yeah.
You'd have to basically do it twice.
All right, but what is it? What your decision?
Right. That's what I'm asking. Am I punching Doji out the window or am I punching the king?
go for the king.
For the king, because we're doing the
Sounds
alpha
like the
strike
king.
at the
Go
moment.
for it.
Go for the king. Right. So
Okay.
gonna move up essentially, like to there.
You guys have a support round. Put in your comments while during this couple turns to see what you want your support round to be, and I'll do with the highest
So
votes.
am I in range of Alvina's thing?
The target
yes.
needs to be in range.
The target needs to be in range. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
as long as I'm within 5 feet of whatever you're attacking, it works.
Cool. Actually, I didn't even need to move up. My range is 10
Yeah, I was
foot.
about to say you've got 10-foot range, I think. Yeah. It's more intimidating this way.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Okay, so first attack is nat 20.
Hell yes!
So that
Yeah.
is
Oh,
yeah. That's what 52 there, plus the D4s I get for the being giant, don't I? For
Yes.
Yeah, plus a
enlargement.
D4.
Cool. So that's doubled as well.
Yeah.
So that's an extra 2.
It matters.
It matters. And then second attack.
Oh, so 28.
Plus
Plus 2.
Plus the 24.
Plus the 24. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Giant ape hits freaking hard, and it's not a magic weapon, hilariously.
And that's a 27 for another 23. And then another D4 for another 3 on top of that. So that's 26.
Nice.
So 54 initially. What was the second damage?
So second damage is 26.
26. He
This is
takes all of this as you just
non-magical
punch him.
bludgeoning.
Yeah, it's just
Yep, no magical bludgeon. You just punch,
hmm
and he takes the full damage.
Then he's going to do like the
Kong.
flex, like both arms above his head, go ook.
Ook. The lowliest of beasts, gigantic ape.
Do so. Do.
What
Okay, I
does-
feel like that's sufficient
You're in
enough
charge now.
to get him to do something. Since he technically has already had it around, his legendary actions have been activated.
Mhm.
And I feel like being punched for quite a significant amount of damage is sufficient enough for him to actually take action, as he is going to kind of swing his feet around and push himself up, grabbing the void glaives as he faces down with Fukio, ignoring the rest of you.
Mhm.
And did you just punch the king?
Ook.
I'll have you know, you dirty beast. Technically speaking in giant.
Keep your damn paws off and you damn dirty beast.
Yeah, he's not going to
Damn
disgrace his
dirty
comment.
ape.
So for those who can understand giant,
For
for
me.
the rest of you who's just speaking giant, for like a few people who understand giant, I'm going to really enjoy eating you.
He says he's gonna kill you, then eat you, or eat you, then kill you. One of the two.
Ook.
As he's going to use his legendary action to make a glaive attack.
Mhm.
As he attacks
Okay,
into
good
you.
Who's this? Sorry, is this the
He's
king
hitting
or
the
the
giant ape.
No, this is the Oni King using a legendary action at the end
Okay.
of Fukio's turn.
Perfect. Remember your
He is
AC
going to take up
is
the void
Yeah.
glaive and
you probably have
strike it
massive
up
plus
against
to
you.
hit, but you have +1 AC.
Mhm.
A mighty
gonna
like
take that.
4.
For
Yeah,
a
31.
33 to hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
only 17 damage though.
17
You
damage.
take 34 slashing damage.
Ah,
You can also choose to teleport with the glaive.
Does he actually have Mage Hunter?
Oh,
Does
he
he-
does have Mage Slayer. If you are concentrating on a spell, you have disadvantage on the concentration check.
So it's 17.
Okay.
so
With
it's only a DC
disadvantage.
10.
It's DC 10 with disadvantage with the ape's
You-
con. So
you
don't
have
nat
a
1
plus-
probably.
Oh shit!
Hey,
You
what's your
don't have a
charisma? Have you got
+5.
that? Oh yeah, yeah, range. I'm assuming you
You're-
talked about the aura.
Sorry, yeah, I was gonna be standing where Alvina was standing. My mistake. Can we swap?
Sure.
Maybe next time. It's already been placed.
Nice. This is where we were teleported to, more or less. My only request was not next to the weird pimp bot.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, go ahead and give me a
yeah.
concentration check at disadvantage.
Yep.
but +5
But with a plus
for
5.
my aura.
So DC
Plus
17.
+5 plus another 1 for my.
No, it's
for the
halved
thing.
because of
Yep.
the what's it called thing?
I've got a warding bond,
Mhm.
so you've
Yeah.
got a +6 all from me.
So
cool.
it's a DC
So-
10.
So
Yeah, with your
I
you
automatically pass then.
He
Yeah.
might nat 1.
I mean,
You can't nat 1 save.
Oh, cool. Then you
Yeah.
go.
I
That's only for attack.
automatically pass then.
Yeah, as long as he's got more than a +9, or I guess a +4 since he's getting a +5.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you automatically.
my con base is +4, So plus that plus
Yeah.
6, yeah. That
Yeah,
automatically
automatically
passes.
make it.
Dojin loses the surprise condition as he kind of just looks at the ape that is somehow bigger than him.
It's like, what
And
is
his
happening?
king and looks over at like Izami and Akuma. What the fuck?
the gigantic ape that took a slash from the king as well.
As Abigail runs forward. Punch him again!
Hit him again!
As you may use your reaction to make an attack.
Yep.
Nice.
You still have advantage because
Yep.
Alvina is still next to him. Ook, motherfucker.
So that's a 26.
Yes, matches!
Oh,
Hits
shit,
exactly.
man.
For another
Oh my
28.
God.
Nice.
MVP.
MV8!
Holy shit.
We see here Fuku saying "fuck you" to the Oni King.
Oni
As the
King
rain-
beaten to
Okay.
death by gigantic ape.
Fuku, King of the Oni.
King of the
monsters.
Gwen, it is
there's
your
some
turn.
kind of pun there.
Okay, I'm going to change my idea since apparently raging does nothing, and I'm just going to cast spiritual weapon just behind the Oni King.
All right, you do so.
I believe
Uh,
Radiant is resistant to it.
Yep. So
God damn paladins.
Here, you can have a Nothic.
Nothing! Spirit, nothing. You do get advantage still.
Because it's
So
a melee
it's-
tech.
It's still a
It is a
melee
melee
attack.
Alvina, you're up next.
I know what Alvina's doing.
You
Fortunately,
can't
the
turn
11
invisible
misses.
though.
I'm going to use my last.
You've got
Yeah,
advantage.
Yeah, you've got
Inspiration.
advantage on it.
Wait, you've got advantage.
Oh, thank
Because it's
God.
melee.
Yeah, it is
That
still
was
a melee
awful.
attack, even if it's a spell attack.
Oh,
Hey.
28.
There we go!
Nice.
28 hits. He takes half the damage.
What,
Fun
from
fact.
force?
Yep.
From force?
Oh, yeah, he's resistant to magical damage.
Yeah, it's magic again. It's like the Onis had previously, which is that real pain in the ass ability.
Fun fact: he is shedding dim light in a 5-foot radius
Right.
from the branding
I
smite.
believe that was your
Yeah.
bonus action. What's your action?
Action, I've really got nothing, so I'm just going to, flip him the bird.
That's fair. If that's he's coming up his turn. Why not? Let's actually use these legendary. Ooh. Interesting. Why wouldn't he do that? He's getting pretty close there. He's actually a little bit dangerous a fight here. He is going
One
to
fear.
use his legendary action to move up to half his speed without provoking an opportunity attack.
Does anyone have Sentinel?
I've used my reaction.
personally
Alvina
does.
has it though.
No, I don't.
Don't you?
Why would I have Sentinel?
I thought you had Sentinel.
Now,
You
his
can
speed
chase
was reduced
people
by
down.
10 feet thanks to a cold tentacle slap. So
Nice.
he's only going to move 20 feet. And he is going to fly up 20 feet.
That's annoying.
I
Yep.
see how it is.
It's
Okay.
fine. Don't worry about it, guys. I can still get him.
So can I.
Fast
Alvina,
ball
it's your-
special.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, you're like 40 feet. You're like 20 feet tall.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
And
find
Alvina.
you. I hope that's
Giant
okay.
8 movement speed is 40 foot.
It is your turn.
Hey, well, Albina is slightly changing her previous plan.
No, he is just like you have to move out here to designate.
Oh, gotcha. I was literally going, okay, so I'm going to have to do a running jump over there, jump 20 feet into the air, and then get him. Okay.
I mean, that's a
Albina's
bed.
basically going
With a
to...
fly icon on or something instead.
Just climb up the bed.
I'm going to use my first attack to try and grab the bastard.
He's flying 20 up. See, he's got 2 icons. He's 20 feet up.
Yep.
Okay. You want to try and grapple him?
Yep.
All right. You jump. Give me an athletics check.
Come on, Albina.
Doesn't have advantage.
Natural
or
20!
anything.
Yeah.
Well,
You can match
let's
it, though.
find out if he can make that. This will just be the left one. I'm just rolling advantage in case I don't have to switch between shit. But it will always be the left. He is going to use athletics. That is a not a 1. That is an 18.
Mhm.
Yeah, Albina literally is going to
Stop.
jump up into the
Sorry.
air and
Oh,
basically
lovely. He's
full
got
on.
plus 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
it's
he
No.
failed. Could have made
Yeah.
it.
Albina is literally basically what I'm imagining, because Albina just jumped into the air and grabbed him with her legs and just got a hammer into his fucking head. Especially she's hanging
Yep,
on,
love it. Go for it.
essentially.
Yep.
Right,
You'll go
you
for it.
bastard! You think you can get away from me that easily? Way to. I'm going to use one of my many Destiny inspiration-y things that I've gotten from one of the billion people who've given me inspiration today. Let's use fuck you as one because it's bigger.
They're both D8s, I think. Well, you've got two D8s and a D6, I think. If
Yeah, I've got the.
did Point give you one?
No.
For the D8.
No. I spent
No.
my
Oh,
action summoning the bot.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Fortunately, 23 does not hit.
Yep. The other one's going to come in with the long sword then. As the bonus. Oh, that misses completely, yeah.
Unfortunately, just you swinging around, you aren't able to actually get a good hit into that. You aren't just like hitting armor.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? At the end of your turn, I'm going to use up his. You know what? I'm going to save. He didn't pose enough of a threat to use it. I'm going to only use it when like something changes. Zormir, it is your turn.
Okay.
I have a hilarious idea for my opportunity attack if it comes up, by the way. Question, can I use my spice pouch as an opportunity attack? Before this happens, can I do that?
Depends if you're smacking shit with it. Yeah. If you use it as a melee weapon, yes.
I want to use it as pocket sand, essentially.
Yeah. Red Arcanite pocket sand.
Seems like a very reaction thing to do.
Basically going, would this work as a possibility, or do I discard this
but yes,
now?
we're gonna end after Zormir's turn because it's half 9. So Zormir.
No!
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get one round.
So I need to run and jump to even get up to him. Hit him.
If you're wanting melee, yes, he is
Okay.
20 feet up.
Can you actually jump 20 feet?
Yeah, what's your strength?
My strength is 17.
17. With an athletics check, I'll at least let you try. Because it is near high enough to like automatically do it. So you
Okay.
can do it, but you'll need to push yourself. So you kind of move back, you kind of jump up onto this chair, which to be fair is like a good like 6-7 feet up off the ground. Given that he's a fucking giant. Go ahead and give me an athletics check to see if you can actually leap that high.
Flying cow, come on. Yes!
You do so as you are a flying cow. You're able to get up to him if you would like to make an attack.
You get advantage because Alvina's still within 5 feet of it.
Yay!
It's the whole point.
Okay. Rather than do the big damaging antimatter rifle sort of blow, I'm going to make it harder for him to hit us. If I can get him with this, the Thunder Gauntlet.
Alright, let's find out.
Use your
Well,
D8, use your
unfortunately,
D8, use your D8.
Currently
Oh.
26.
I'll use a D8 then.
He's still not had his turn yet. He is doing all of this while surprised, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
No longer surprised.
Yes!
Yes!
It hits.
He now has disadvantage on hitting anyone except for me.
Or Alvina, which is neutral, but still.
And you've got your second attack as well.
Now,
does.
the Guardian armor isn't like made with is the Guardian armor class as a magic item?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
my
is.
focus.
It is a magic item, though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna count that as magic for the sake of his resistance. But what were you adding on top of this?
Basically, because I've hit him with it, he can only hit me with hit me normally. Everyone else is a disadvantage.
Like concentration or
Oh, it's
No.
just something that the punch
It's,
does.
it's the taunt
something that
ability.
does.
It's
Yeah.
taunt,
Ah.
essentially.
Do you have a second attack?
Punch him again.
You should do.
You do, yeah, you're
Oh.
a level 5 armorer. Or level 6,
make-
one of those two.
I'll make the second attack with the thunder, with the rifle then.
Alright, go for it.
So swing the blade round.
He's only flying, it's not a spell.
Yeah, he just does that. He just has flying speed.
Only just fly.
Only just fly. Unfortunately,
Use
the
your
arcane
second
shield.
one.
still shimmering around him.
Use your hero dice.
Hero dice?
It was only you that had two. It was everyone else has the one.
All right.
Oh, bugger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was the hero dice, and then also you got Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So unfortunately, that doesn't quite hit. As let's have
How's
a
he
look.
looking though?
He is not bloodied.
No, but he's certainly
Oh,
surprised.
look! I'm only allowed to tell you bloodied or dead.
He's glowing slightly with an elf on his head, and flying.
He is glowing slightly and flying.
And monkey fist dents in his armor.
And monkey fist. You know what? Because I want to end on his turn for his thing. Sid, can you do anything? Can you attack from low down?
I'm not.
And
I'm still
assassin,
looking.
what do you want to do?
What's your strength?
I mean, I
9.
can now just blast, so...
9. Oh, I don't think you've got.
I don't think you can get in close.
No.
I mean, I don't know. Is he resistant to?
Probably.
Anything magical, it would be resistant to.
If you have an ordinary bow, that might work.
Well, I did have an ordinary crossbow,
You
but
did!
somebody walked away.
Do you have a
Assassin, go ahead and
javelin?
give me your Eldritch Blast if you're attacking for that round.
I can
Yeah.
cast command on him.
Good luck
Go
with that,
for it.
buddy.
Good luck!
I'm gonna cast command on him and say prone.
Prone.
I thought it was going to be
Bravo,
command,
prone,
get over
bravo.
here.
What saving throw am I making?
It's a wisdom save. But
This
it's
one
the
he does
best
have
I can
advantage
do.
against because he has spell resistance.
Oh, he's not immune to. I think it's charm, isn't it? So-
He might be. I'm just doing the thing anyway.
Yeah.
22 to save.
Oh man, the 9 would have failed. That's annoying.
Yeah, it
I'm
is,
also, since it's the very end of the session, I will in fact use my fate roll to re-roll that 14.
That's fair.
Go for it.
Oh, can I use my other fate roll?
Oh, that's 20!
Also, hilariously enough, a 26 is his armor class. You
Yeah.
need to nat 20 to hit him.
Very nice.
Only the 26
That-
would hit, but you still do 10 damage.
Can I?
Oh,
can I
but that
use
would
my-
be 20, because that would be the nat 20,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, so 10,
Yeah.
16, he takes
Roll
half
the die
for 8.
again.
Yeah.
Can I use my fate roll, the last one of the night, to force him to re-roll that or fail it or something?
Yes, that is one of the things you can do. You can't force him to fail, or you can't choose one of the dice already rolled, but you can make him re-roll.
Yeah. Can he?
So this
Can
would
he
just be
re-roll
the
that? Just to see.
leftmost one
Yeah.
for a nat
Aw.
20 to 28.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh well.
Fate is like,
That's
nope.
That's
Yeah,
what's been
no,
happening
that's-
to us recently. It's like
That's completely
rolls
fair.
into something worse, or the enemy rolls into something better.
Yeah.
At the end
It
of
happens.
Assassin's turn, he is going to use his legendary action to attack the wall
The
Oh, is he trying to
wall?
get away?
as he throws his void glaive 60 feet out in front of him and uses its ability. Well, he can only get to like the stairs. He's only going to throw it 60. And he has the option of, after he attacks the air, to teleport to it.
Uh-oh.
Do I stay attached?
By the rules of teleport, you do not.
Damn it.
As he teleports 60 feet away from you and you drop down onto the lounge chair.
Boing.
But it's padded, so you take no damage.
She's an acrobat as well.
Abigail. Oh, no.
Go after
Oh, he went that way. Okay.
Kill him. The guy.
He did 28 damage to the air.
That air is.
As he hovers there 20 feet above the ground and begins his turn, you can see the golden crown above his head begins to light with energy as all around him his wounds begin glowing with radiant energy and he begins to heal.
Oh, that's no good.
Look at it.
You suck.
Damn it. I hate you.
You thought that
That's,
rodents could defeat me?
that's assuming that you thought we could think.
No, we know we can.
That's
It's
great.
just
Speaking of
taking
giant,
longer.
Oh,
as he looks down towards you, and in the common, in a kind of the similar common that only seem to be able to speak. What did they promise you, small rats? Livestock for the slaughter, to serve your better. Did they tell you that you would have a chance to defeat me? I've conquered giant kind. I wrenched control of these lands when new forces came to invade, when the clans to the east were driven out by that amethyst monster, when the swamp raiders tried to claim the acid pools. I killed each chief and I reunited us.
But
My spoils were earned through might and bloodshed.
Let me respond to this guy.
Well, I was about to
Boy,
say,
you-
what a coincidence! You mean the Amethyst Knight who this used to belong to? I'm gonna fucking eat you!
boy, you really like the sound of your own voice, don't you? We should watch that. That's pretty. That's kind of misogynistic.
Uh,
Albion is
Zor-
frenzied grin.
Zormir just looks over at the Oni King and just give me that back. Dead staring at him.
That's a terrible line,
Probably where we're gonna
Zormir.
pick up then.
That
You
Arcanite
aren't
is
even
mine.
worth my time. Why would I waste my efforts on livestock? Akuma Azami, I'll take care of you next. But I want you to watch this, as you seem to have placed hopes in the most gutter of gutters. Your sister would be so disappointed. How far you've fallen, once proud nobles. As for you lot, I'll give you a chance. If you defeat my servants in combat, if you defeat my agents, I might let you leave alive with a small token of my entertainment. Assuming you live. Guardians, see
Oh.
these intruders to the grave.
It said silence those. We have that.
None of us had silence.
No,
Oh,
what's his
oh
name?
dear.
Dears.
Neil
Blue
doesn't
Grim.
have it.
Does he not? Shit.
No.
Someone
He's
definitely
got-
had it. Because
As you watch,
Oh, Professor had it.
Oh, is this Professor?
God, this lack of professors really screwing you in this fight.
Yeah, you guys,
Yeah.
you might not miss him in terms of I missed that guy, but you're sorely missing him in terms of combat and.
No, we just need
helpful
to get
actions,
a
aren't you?
different spellcaster.
So
That's more tolerable.
Professor 2.0, who you can mold.
No,
in
we
your
need
own
one
image.
that's more tolerable. We need someone completely different.
So what we're learning is that Sid, who was built to fight giants,
It's really
is,
bad at
is
fighting
less
giants.
useful than the previous character. Yeah.
Very
Talking
good.
about
He's good for killing
Yo, I
guys.
did more damage than anyone. I did 79 points of damage.
I know.
Which was up to
In
30
one
odd,
turn.
and then fuck you did like 100 points of damage and eclipsed you
Well,
completely.
yeah, but I buffed him. I helped.
As around you, the golden death
really?
pumpkins crack open, releasing this steam of mist as they begin to expand, and you see kind of rising, hovering out, are these large gold golems inscribed with dozens of tattoos, as their eyes beam with radiant energy, and the beams expand down to look at the party. And the Oni brutes stomp their feet, and you can see the Doju raise up his Void Arcanite Glaive, and the two other Oni brutes summon out their classic +1 golden glaives from the Ether as they ready for combat. And even the Oni mages on either side begin getting into a casting stance. As that's where we're going to end for today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
I guess
Yeah,
if you want to rely on your toys, there's the guy with 2 toys.
As the Oni King
Um,
steps back and kind of just crosses his legs, hovering in mid-air, hands behind his head, clearly are seemingly not interested in taking part in the fight itself, just waiting to watch, to be entertained.
A quick question before we end. Those glaives, do they look like, specifically the Oni King's ones as he's dual wielding them, do they look like they could be considered one-handed weapons?
I think
For the Oni King, who is huge, yes. For the for Doji, who's also huge, I guess so, but he's holding his two-handed. For regular people, probably not.
Okay, even without being his strength.
there's a two-handed
just tells your
scimitar.
size.
in
Yeah,
D&D.
it makes
It's
sense.
200.
It's just
That's
so
why I
happened
was
that
asking. Yeah, like
the airship propellers aren't like resized or anything because of attunement. They're just literally that size, and he's just big enough to
Yeah.
wield propellers as a blade.
These are special glaives that have versatile. Don't worry about it, James.
Yes, that is us for today. The party have found and discovered the Oni King, who seems to be as very much of a glutton as Robert Baratheon himself.
Yeah.
And they now have to face the Oni Brute Lieutenant, some 2 other Brutes, 2 Magi's, and 3 Golden Guardians next time.
I think we should retreat, guys.
No.
I think we should absolutely retreat at this point.
Now,
Who knows?
I
You have a
think we
week to
just
discuss it.
ignore what he said and go for him.
yeah, pretty much.
Or continue going for him. Okay, that's
Mhm.
yeah, that's fair.
Oh, that's
You have a
fuck
week
you,
to
man.
convince them otherwise.
Mhm.
No, I think your biggest challenge is the fact he's
Yeah, the
20
20
feet
feet in the air is like how many people can reach
Might
that?
I can cast fly. Well, I can cast fly or levitate, but I will lose the bot.
Mm.
Hmm.
I can
I
cast
will.
fly.
We
I
have
will
a
jump
giant.
on my gecko.
We have a giant monkey who could probably, if we go
Yeah,
on top of him,
we
fight
could
us
make
all.
we could make the monkey fly.
Could I, as part of my movement, have climbed partially up the giant monkey? Could that have been
You
something
can
I
ask
did?
all these questions next time and
Yeah.
do them at the beginning of your turn. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Real-
This was so fun.
Yeah.
I love paladins.
Paladins are fun.
We got through 3 maps technically.
Hey!
Counting the sewer.